Stormcast Velociraptors?
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Well, because Vigilers.
Metal Seraphon.
Oh, yeah, I guess there is Seraphon. Oh, yeah, I guess they do actually have Velociraptors called Drakespawn they ride. For a second, I forgot there were dinosaurs in Age of Sigmar.
Oops.
Because I know exactly one person that plays them. And I don't ever get to see them that
I think
much.
there's a bunch of people on the Discord that have it, tagged as their thing,
People like it. It's because it's big dinosaurs.
They're dinosaurs. Cool. They look cool.
They look cool. I don't know what they do. I was thinking for my my league coalition of doing one for sub-faction, getting a spearhead for them so I could have Seraphon and Stormcast over here and some cities and all that. And I went, why am I buying a spearhead for an army I have zero interest in playing?
Oh, that's tough. I think they're kind of cool, but I mean, there's a lot of other things in AOS that I would look at first if I was going to get more stuff. So.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, though? Oh. You want to talk about some Age of Sigmar? Hey, Ryan?
Age of Sigmar? Oh.
Shut the hell up. This is the 40K episode,
bitch!
Oh,
shit!
I like that you know that I'm recording before.
Yeah.
I can't figure out a subtle way to do it because I always realize I need to do it because we're about to go into something that's worth recording.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go. And now we're recording because that sometimes just stops the riff, Okay.
You good?
Oh, fine. Hey, now we're recording.
Oh.
So welcome to the show. This is ATL War. Welcome to the podcast. Yeah.
I froze.
Yeah.
No,
Ryan's going to make weird noises while I do the rest of the show intro on the
cool.
microphone.
Yeah.
So, hey, you're listening to the show. This is a weird kind of fun episode. We've decided...
I'm going to stop.
I'm
going to stop.
We've decided to do a little an Atlanta Warhammer Classic, sort of lukewarm takes about a week or so after a thing that every other agency has already talked to death about. But we're going to give you some poorly constructed opinions about it. And if you're like, hey, Zach, and who are you?
Oh, I'm Ryan.
Oh, yeah, so that's okay.
I kind of forgot for a sec.
That's who we are.
Yeah.
If you're going to say, hey, but this is the Age of Sigmar show. Well, here's some exciting news moving into the new year. Ryan and I play a lot of miniature battle games for little guys fighting. And also, we are in the industry where we are often sent lots of miniature games. I can see 6 of them in this room that we have never opened.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
And there's a lot of fun stuff. We've been playing some Crisis Protocol. I want to get doing a lot more Spearhead.
Yeah.
Are you trying to also find some things over there?
I saw the Game of Thrones stuff first, and I'm like, I don't know.
Song of Ice and Fire. It's fun.
Okay. I've heard good stuff about it. Yeah.
It's fun to play. It's an interesting game. So
check it out.
You, the audience, we were like, hey, we're doing Age of Sigmar, which will still primarily be the main focus of the show. But maybe we'll do some little sub-episodes where we talk about other games that we like and do some YouTube stuff for them and, just kind of see what's out there. And tell us if you have a miniature game that you really like that's niche or really not played a ton or maybe regional or something. Let us know, and we're probably pretty good at getting a copy of it. We have connections and all that. That sounds a lot cooler than the fact that we just email somebody and go, hey, here's our information. How much do you want?
Sure.
But we'd love to hear that. I know Moonstone is one that I still want to play.
I'm picturing the fairies and the fungi.
The frog balloon and all that. The one where you start the game, the objectives are D4s, and you start the game by throwing them at the table. Then that's how they randomly disperse.
That's fun. Fun.
You have to do it fun, because we did the first game, they all landed in one place, and it was oh, right. But it's more fun if you throw... Anyway, it's a cool thing. It's a cool game. No one knows about it except for the people that are playing it.
I would be curious to revisit some more Blackout at some point. That was really cool.
That was pretty good too.
That was fun to jump into. I'm curious. They were pretty quick too.
There may be a big one-page rules thing coming up for us in the future that would be a thing that we might have to get paid to do. But we'll also could talk about it here.
Sweet. Okay.
So we want to give you guys a bunch of cool toy games to hear us talk about. And hopefully you like it. Or you've already turned this off and gone, no, I'll wait for the next poorly done Battle Tome review or whatever else they've got.
Okay. Yeah.
So what are we talking about today? What happened last week?
Where
am I?
There was a convention, so it was I guess that's mainly what we're talking about, AdeptiCon.
Yes.
So, and they did a lot of reveals, so we're looking at the reveals. There's
really
a lot of stuff here.
Disparaging on AdeptiCon.
It's
AdeptiCon.
I was like, I don't know how to roll into this and not be excited, because it is cool stuff.
Yeah, it's cool
really
stuff. You can be excited. You're allowed to like the stuff.
As much.
Here's the thing. Most Warhammer podcasts and shows are cynical. And,
Yeah.
and y'all need to let some whimsy into your heart. It's a toy game. Have a good time.
Yeah.
So, like, you're allowed to like stuff. It's cool.
Well, yeah, and I know you've been like leaning me into more like a lot of the AOS stuff, but I have
Leaning you in, I'm basically waterboarding you. But yes,
Yeah,
it's nice
yeah,
of you to
okay.
say it like that. I'm leaning you in. I'm dunking your head
Yeah.
in the water.
That is true. That is true. But no, a lot of the I have been like I don't know. I guess submerged in a lot of like the 40K. Like I didn't really realize how deep into it I'd got, but like we'll be in the warehouse and like we'll be like talking about stuff and like a lot of Warhammer will come up and I'll go home and I'll be like talking with my friends and it'll be also 40K.
Yeah.
Like we're just kind of going back and forth on some new stuff or playing like Dark Tide, like any of the video games and stuff. So it's like it is. I've slowly just kind of like become immersed into the 41st millennium against my will, I guess. But it's cool.
like most people, I think, in the 41st.
Yeah.
millennium. Yeah, and I think we should acknowledge this. It's substantially larger than Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
And hey, cards on the table. Hopefully, this episode brings in a bunch of new listeners because people go, "Oh, 40K stuff. I would like to fill an hour and a half to 2 hours of my life with that nonsense. Who are these guys?"
Yep.
So yeah, that's the guy. I want to know what our bounce rate.
Oh, bounce rate. Oh yeah, like
for,
how many people are quit out?
Yeah, how far do you? And that's the thing. If you hate us, leave a comment, 5 stars, of course, and tell
curious.
us how far you made it into the show before you uninstalled.
Oh, the tap out
before you
point, like, when are
uninstalled
people
the entire
tapping out?
podcast app and threw your phone in the garbage. It's just like, I
That's
don't
great.
want any of this anywhere near me. It's corrupted my device.
I'm curious. Yeah, how many people did not make it to that? Like, we'll see a margin of like people that didn't even make it to the tap out conversation
Yes.
point. So that's good too.
We should we'll have to seed some really exciting stuff for the people that are keep going. Hey, in this episode, we're going to search the Epstein files to see if Atlanta Warhammer's in it.
Oh no.
You can. That's not. I'm not.
Someone
really-
on the island stream.
Oh my God, no! I do not want that. I'm gonna say this
Oh,
is gonna
no.
be maybe a hard take. Okay. I think if you're the kind of person going to Epstein Island, I don't really want you in my listener base. And I think we've made a good run with this show of saying we love and accept every person who wants to be in this hobby. I'm gonna draw the line.
Yeah,
on
no,
that.
no.
And I think that's okay.
I think so.
I think I'm brave for saying it.
I think so.
Honestly, I think we should be looking at how brave I am for saying that pedophiles are bad, right?
Oh, I'm getting
Atlanta
dead. I'm
Warhammer
dead.
hot
I'm
takes.
dead.
Bad things are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I already did search for him, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I was curious. John Stewart's in there, but like because they talked about getting a John Stewart type guy for an event. So like, wouldn't. Not saying it would have been good, but wouldn't have been the weirdest thing to find out that we do have a downloader. I would be like,
Oh my. Yeah.
oh, I don't like where this is going.
No, not at all. Not at all. But no, there are.
What Age of Sigmar army would? Never mind. We're not doing this bit. We're not doing this bit. I'm gonna call a rare Zach veto on my own stupid bit thought because I'm like, it's
Okay, yeah, I was like, I feel like it's good to have a veto around just in case, and yeah, that feels worthy of the veto for sure.
I forgot this was here.
You about to? Oh, King Kong.
There's a big King Hong hanging like a foot from my head, and I forgot it was here, and I just turned around and got
He's
scared
climbing,
for a second. Yeah.
He's there,
Well, that's what he does.
He does, yeah.
So this show's about 40K now.
It is,
This
I guess so.
This episode. So AdeptiCon stuff happened, and they did a live show, which I don't think you watched. Did you?
I did not catch it.
Oh,
I did not catch it. Yeah.
I had it on while I was playing Rivals. So
cool.
Hulkmanes Unite, yo. So I was paying attention a little bit. Like I would look up. Actually, I was doing a bad job. I was doing like randos so that I wouldn't bring my team down because I was watching while I was doing stuff. So I caught a lot of the fun stuff, like all of the errors that happened in the AV setup. And apparently people that were there were the same thing, where like the speakers just don't work. Everything works right up until they go live, and then a camera doesn't turn on. And it's like, we've done AV production. It's going to break, and there's no way to know what's going to happen. So props to those guys for always like rolling with it and knowing how to vamp for time. I caught one of them. The funniest long vamp for time was when they were showing the box image, and they kept the frame of the original second edition box on clearly way too long, and they kept trying to talk about the new stuff. They're like, yes, it references the old box, and in the new one, and it was like old box picture, and then they kind of keep going.
Oh, they kept going to
old
set
box
up
picture.
Oh no!
And they were clearly trying to get to the next part, and then it was like 3 slides real fast to catch up to them. It's
That's
funny.
unfortunate. Yeah.
Sometimes you forget that this huge multi-million-dollar company still has people putting together PowerPoint slides for presentations, and sometimes they don't work.
It happens. I mean, and especially when you do that many. like all
Yeah.
the time. Like you're gonna have one at some point where just tech goes wrong.
When you've got a
Tech-
community
tech does
that
that.
kind of knows that that's what's going to happen, so I think people were pretty fun with it. One of the Poor Hammer guys said that apparently, and I want to know if you were there, this actually happened. They did a thing where they were like going around trying to get people to cheer for their games. So
Okay.
it was like, who's here for Age of Sigmar? Who's here for 40K? And at one point, I think the guy was like, what other games do we make? And then someone in the back was like, what did he say? It was like Necromunda or something. They just completely forgot to talk about a
Oops.
game. Or,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone yelled Warcry, which they should have.
I was like, is anyone doing the Lord of the Rings game?
Well, they announced some stuff for it. We could look
They
at
did,
it and
yeah.
go, wow. I have a hot take on that one.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to save it now. We're going to make this is an
Uh-oh.
episode. We're getting some reviews for this one.
Oh shit.
I'm excited
Okay.
on that. But let's softly lead in
Okay.
to me ruining my own show after 6 years of doing this.
Sweet.
By saying,
Oh,
that-
I get to be here for that. That's awesome.
yeah, you're here for the end. You're here for the Armageddon.
Sweet.
And speaking of,
Oh yeah, they're not here, but some other folks are.
wait a minute, isn't the Yara
So,
thing on?
It is on
Okay.
Armageddon, but like that's okay to jump into like that. I
Yeah.
guess very briefly.
There was a panic in that segue because I don't know a ton of
No,
40K
oh.
lore, and I was like, God, I hope that's the right planet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no. So yes, we are revisiting Armageddon.
Yes.
Of course, the annual revisit. Yeah, so like the guardsmen are fighting everywhere, and the home for the Steel Legion of Armageddon is, of course, Armageddon, but we're not seeing any right now, and a lot of
Yes.
people had some opinions on that, and I think that's incredibly fair. Like not seeing the Steel Legion, if we're coming out with some like regiments again, like Krieger getting some guys. And so like I know a lot of folks were a little disappointed whenever like they were showing how to do like paint schemes, and like they were like, hey, you can paint your Krieg guys like Steel Legion, which is fair. They both wear gas masks. It's kind of fair.
Yeah, that's
but,
kind of.
it's tough.
I don't play guard,
Sure.
so I don't have a dog in that fight.
Okay.
But it does seem like you could just paint like they were kind of saying, and I think that with that and some kit bashing, you could make your guys like from what I know. And once again, I don't know much about guard because I can never remember the name of the one I like, and you have to tell me every time.
Vostroyan Firstborn.
Yes,
Yep. Those
I
are the
like
ones.
those, and I like Valhallans because there's some over there. But
Yes.
they're never going to do those again, apparently. But
Probably not.
There's some good variety in guard stuff that I'd like to see them explore. I honestly would be a little sad if they were like, "Here's the Steel Legion," and they just painted some Kriegsmen different colors and gave them a new gun or something,
Yeah.
and went, "Here's kind of a slop kit."
Well, I do believe that's actually, and someone may know, but I believe the Krieg started as a color scheme for the Steel Legion.
Oh,
So kind of
interesting.
coming full circle on that little moment there is
kinda
kind of
cool.
funny. Yeah, and honestly, I think you're right. Like to me, I don't play either of those two versions of Guard, so I'm like neither of those two were like the ones that I was leaning towards. So like, I am not. I wouldn't have been super hurt either way. I would have like if we see some new, if like we saw some new Steel Legion whenever this dropped, I kind of would have been a little surprised. I'm like, I would have been surprised if we saw them, but like hearing that they're going to come out at some point, to me, when I hear that, I'm like, it kind of would have been cool if like I don't know, like Xenos armies could have got some new stuff, like some more stuff for like those guys rather than like more versions of guardsmen that do look very similar to the other guardsmen that we've been getting some new guys of. So
Yeah.
it's like I would, or like you said, some Vostroyans or some Valhallans. Like we maybe look at some of the other ones, or like Catachan. They have a lot of rules right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Let's maybe make some new guys of
We
those.
finally have a model from them that doesn't look insane.
Oh,
The Catachan, they're so old.
They
looking.
are,
And they
yeah.
do not look good anymore.
Not really.
Like they looked fine, but now when you put them next to anything, they look like
Yeah.
cartoon characters.
They do.
And it's like that.
Yeah.
Hey, but what if instead I could offer you like 8 more Cadia Stands vehicles?
This is kind of
We're
cool.
going back to
It's kind of
Cadia.
cool. Yeah.
We may be on Armageddon, but we're talking about Cadia.
We are, and so like do you want to jump down to the so there's a lot of stuff. I honestly kind of want to save him for the end.
Oh, okay.
Of,
I was like,
like,
are we
that's-
skipping
that's-
the only one I actually care about?
No, I think for me that one is the coolest out of like everything, just like objectively.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's just really cool. So I was going to save him for the end of this.
There's two
segment.
kits here that are really cool, and one that I think is just dumb, but
Right.
maybe is cool, and one that is dumb, but is hell yeah cool.
What are you looking at right now? What
All
is
the
the hell
ones
yeah?
from this thing. Oh, okay. So
So I'm
let's go. What do you have a hell yeah on this page?
On this
Because,
page?
I mean, here's the thing. If you're trying to follow along at home with us, we're on the Wazdaka Gutsmech battles Commissioner Yurick for the Fate of Armageddon page.
Right.
And we're going to just kind of hop around and talk about all this, because this one, we got a couple of these models before AdeptiCon, so we kind of knew the stuff. That little sneaky thing where they were like, new orc models, it's Yurick's hand.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
That is
honestly,
funny, yeah.
I think that's pretty funny.
It is good. That is good. But yeah, so like I think you said, like the Yarick was, I believe, released previously.
Yes.
There is a hell yeah for me on this page.
All right. We're
Okay.
going to say the name of the character that is our hell yeah. On 3.
The character?
Okay, are you ready?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. Or the model or whatever it is.
Right. Okay.
Guys at home, he is scrolling so fast.
I'm
right now to
zipping.
get
I'm zipping.
somewhere.
I'm zipping. Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Commissioner
Hippogriff.
Graves.
Oh, yeah. That's cool too. Yeah. Yeah. That is really cool. I'm a huge sucker for like the fur color, everything like that. That is huge. Wait, are they on this page?
The Commissioner Graves, the battle
she is.
wagon that she's standing. This
Yeah.
is the coolest thing in the term of drive me closer so I can hit them with my sword.
Yeah.
In terms of like, is this dumb? Yeah, kinda. But man, is it just fun to imagine this, whatever this vehicle is,
Right.
the Centaur, just driving through droves of people while she's
Yeah.
standing on top, just waving the sword around, and you've got the flag going. Like, it's a kit that like it inspires me to go, that's cool.
It's very 40K.
Yeah.
Like this feels like a lot of some of the stuff we see. And I mean, if you're looking at some of these other guard vehicles, they feel very like World War II compared to like, sci-fi.
I mean,
So-
yeah, one of them is basically a World War II vehicle.
yes.
Matt looked at it and went, "Oh, that's a blank," and
It
I was
is.
like, "Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, and this one's also a little more sci-fi too. That's why I like it. It's got a little
It
bit of
does
that
have-
sci-fi appeal to it. It's got like the Taurex kind of track thing that I like
Yep.
for it,
Yeah.
and you get heard, but not in the thing too, which is just nice.
I will say I do like the model that is not in the vehicle. Like this one I'm far more interested
Yeah.
in personally.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
You see that little Cadian skull on her base?
Yeah.
How did the skull get completely devoid of flesh, but the helmet is 100% clean?
That's an incredible question.
I think the painter should have maybe made that helmet a little dirty. That caught my eye, and I was like, huh,
That's a very good
Weird.
call out. I do also find it weird that that's the helmet they went with to put there. Like she's walking past one of her dead, I guess. I mean,
guy
like
that
it is a
died
little
forever
weird.
ago.
Yeah, that
Or
died.
he got hit with the Green Goblin's pumpkin bombs
Yeah.
from Spider-Man 1. That's what it was. Got him.
Just
We
incinerated.
figured it out. He is
Poor
something
guy.
of a corpse himself. All right, so that was
That
the
got
cool
me.
one.
That was good. Yep.
That was the cool one. No, well, there's one really cool one. We're not talking about it yet. That was
okay.
my favorite guard release, and then I have a least favorite release. But don't worry, it's not for guard.
Oh yeah.
It's the constant kicking, punching bag of 40K.
So what else are we? Oh God. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to? Okay.
I don't.
My favorite.
Yeah, let's
I
go
was
with
like,
your, yeah,
let's
let's talk
go
about your.
because
Because I
we
didn't
just
hear what you
mentioned
said.
that.
Because I got excited about drive
The-
my truck into people, lady.
Right. The hippogriff. So like for my guardsmen, this is all the way towards the bottom.
I was like, the hippogriff must be that weird animal. No, it's actually a little car.
Yeah, it's a little. So this is based upon, I could be hitting the. I'm gonna get yelled at by the tank community. I'm pretty sure this is
No.
most similar to a Greyhound, which is another. It's a World War II.
Ryan, that's
tank.
a bus.
Yeah, damn, you got me. But that's a U.S. tank. But yeah, it's a speedy scout car basically.
Yeah.
Like it's got the wheels. It's a little quicker. It does still have some gun options. So like this to me, like a lot of the guardsmen that I wanted to do were more scout units, like or just more infantry that aren't as supported by the big main fighting force with all the Lehman Russes and like
Yeah.
the big tanks. So this to me is kind of exactly like the sort of thing that I was looking for. Like the Sentinels, I love them. I think they look really cool. They just don't really hit a lot of the time. And so if I have a few more things to try and hit with, that's cool to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, and this is going to probably do exactly that. I imagine I'm going to have some like scout stuff here that just kind of backs up my infantry. So this is cool. This is cool to me. And they have a lot of options for weapons. Which is something like the Chimeras don't get. They're the transports. That makes sense. The Scout Sentinels have a lot of options, but they don't have a great anti-infantry option, like Tyranids or other guardsmen like level.
Yeah.
So like this little Gatling cannon is very cool to me too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think that and the Centaur. I'll
Yes.
say this: if this is your style of wanting things in this game, this
Yep.
is 100% your style of wanting
Oh,
things
yeah.
in this game. Like this is the most this is gonna be for you
For
for
sure.
that. If you really like the bolt action kind of side of this, And in fact, that's really great kit bashing. We should go raid that whole palette of bolt action back
Oh
there.
yeah,
Just build some of
you
these.
see some good stuff in there. The Centaur to me is, I'm.
I like the Centaur, but I think I like it as like a diorama maybe.
Sure.
Because I like the little guys in the back, and there's interesting posing going on around the model.
Mhm.
But it does follow that thing where like if you're pushing the diorama around, it feels a little silly to me. But I think that there's some cool stuff you could do with this model. I like all the little stuff hanging off of it. Like, it's a good model for what it is. I'll be honest, neither of these really excite me, but this really isn't my thing.
Sure.
So,
No,
I need my 40K to be a little more weird. Although I do really,
fair.
really like the Armageddon Battalion that's just like, what if we gave you 10 guys and 4 vehicles?
Yeah, this is essentially, you've already got, if you're running guardsmen and this is not your entrance into the force, you've already got all your infantry. Like, you've been playing this, like, you're pretty set up there. Getting 10 extra guys, maybe you could do something with them. I'm sure you can. You always got more room for infantry.
Cut them up,
with
basic
the guard.
materials.
Sure, exactly.
If she's doing it.
Yeah, you could probably put them in the back. Like, I don't know how many guys they have for you in the kit, but yeah, you're adding more
I
vehicles
was thinking you
to
cut
your
them up
stuff.
and they're like basing materials because they're all mangled, but then putting them back and for some in my head is they're just
Oh,
it's
no.
just full of guys
Oh, yeah.
just driving around.
Oops.
Those cuts are cool. What do you think of? I'm gonna try this.
Let's see it.
Intrazia Frey, Dogmata Superior. Let's go.
So
You don't seem into it.
No.
This is what I like about 40K. It's nonsense, and that's like I like. There's an Ossiarch guy that's riding in a little chair with legs, and I really want them to be friends because that's a silly concept that they've done twice, and both times I think it's hilarious. So like she's on a little chair with guns on it and some things, and one of those awful little cherub servitors that are horrifying.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that doesn't make it crazy cool for me is it's not really moving. It is just kind of sitting there. But then I think it's kind of just aura farming. Like it's like
God.
she's just sitting there with the staff doing the Conan the Barbarian pose.
Right.
Like this is another one of those where I think it's a really cool diorama. I don't know if on the table this makes sense, but if you're playing Sisters, don't you already have like an entire procession of church tanks and ladies whipping other guys because they're bad, and the guy that's a coffin that's also a robot?
Yeah, and and that's what I was gonna say here. Like, to me, this is like it. There is a line that gets crossed for me where it's like it becomes a little too ridiculous. Like, and this is also like that baby carrier. Like, this person is not enclosed in any capacity, and they're
least they do give her a
really
helmet
just
option.
sitting there.
That's at
nice.
least something.
We appreciate, a helmet here.
I always like the Sisters helmets, and they don't put them on a lot of times. But I like their
No.
little weird kind of squat design they have. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I do feel like it's incredibly 40K. Like, it's okay. I think the one thing that I noticed that I was like, this is interesting to me, at least, like, from a world building sense. Those legs, those are Sentinel legs.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, they were making it from a similar, like, it's made from, like, the same factory or something. Like, at least those legs are getting shipped off somewhere. It's like, so world building wise.
Manufactorum.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
yes,
come on
you're
now.
correct.
Come on now.
Correct.
It has to be a made-up word. It
Right.
can't be a real word.
No.
That's not allowed in the 40K. In the Grimdark universe, we've lost most of our Merriam-Webster dictionaries.
Right.
We don't know how to define it.
To me, like, if this had an option where it was, like, enclosed, because, like, if you look at the top, it's got kind of this, like, almost like Sydney Opera House looking, like, multiple rows on the top there.
Yeah.
If that was enclosed, this would look very cool. It immediately comes back around to being very cool to me. Because it's giving the sisters, like, a sentinel thing, which is sick. But, like, it just being completely open is a little silly to me. So,
I
that's
bet
where
you
I'm
could
at.
kit bash something together to kind of give it
100%.
if you wanted to or not. I don't know. I mean,
If you're very ambitious, you could probably...
if you're a
figure something
Sisters
out.
player, tell us if this is cool for you or
Yeah,
not.
I'm curious.
And let me just go ahead and say, by the way, in amongst these hot takes in Georgia, we are also in the most polleny part of the year so far. So if we're constantly sound like garbage, that's why.
Oops.
Everything is yellow at this point.
Yeah, I, like, opened my door to get in the car, and just a wave just hit me as just... ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and my eyes hurt the whole way to work.
Yeah, so if you hear us on the mics going, ugh, all the time, that's what that is. All right, so you're saying Dogmata not a hit. I'm saying it's a hit. Anyway,
Okay, fair
we're allowed
enough.
to have a house divided. I think this marriage can survive that.
Okay.
Can this
Maybe.
marriage survive what I think is the dumbest model? What do you think it is? Do you really like this model?
Sorry, y'all. You may have noticed, like, got off the mic for 2 seconds. That was me jumping up to swing and hit Zack in the face. So this is awesome. What?
Wait, you like Inquisitor Croyle?
Yes.
It's just the guy from Borderlands.
This is cool.
It's just Hammerlock or whatever from Borderlands. It's the exact design of a character in a multi-million-dollar video
I have
game.
to look up this guy. Hold on.
It's so.
I've started Borderlands 2 about like 18 different times, and I've made it to the same 2-hour mark 18 different times.
And he's only in the
I'm
DLC
like,
of that game, I think. He's in 3 and 4 more. He's in a lot of DLC for 3 because he do his whole wedding and stuff like that.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot his name. So yeah, he's in the first 10 minutes. But I mean, in what way? The hat and a gun?
The face is exactly the same facial hair.
Hold on, I'm enhancing his face. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
okay.
close.
And
just the thing is, this is
but like he's got an Inquisition symbol on him. Does Sir Hammerlock have that?
No, but you know what Sir Hammerlock would look like in 40K? Exactly like this. And also this could go into Borderlands. And it would make a lot of sense. Like this design. That's the thing. I don't hate it. The little thing he's on is weird. And it's that Games Workshop thing where they do a weird little monster and they'll never do anything else like it. And they go, this is his one thing. I think they even say that it's like his unique mount or something.
Yeah.
And it's got like a cool claws and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe part of it's because it's in Imperial Agents, and we've just had long conversations about how I want that army to work because I like the concept so much. But man, do they not want you to play that army in a way that makes kind of sense?
Yeah. This is rad. This is really cool to me. It's a multi-legged like mount that is not a horse.
I think the mount is okay. I think the mount's really probably fine.
Okay.
I think the guy on top is I just looked at it and immediately went, that's the guy from Borderlands.
Okay. I
know that's kind of the aesthetic that a lot of this stuff have. I don't know. It's fine. I'm sure. Hey,
okay.
Imperial Agents player, let us know if that's good for you, if you were excited about this guy.
I'm curious. I wonder, like, what are his rules? Because he doesn't. Okay, there is no mounted stuff in the Imperial Agents like list. What would this guy be working with?
He's even a hunter, and so is Hammerlock. He's a big game hunter. Boy.
So there's more. There's more units we could look at here.
GW, show your work on this one, guys.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. No, it's not like that concept is not out there. I'm pretty sure Games Workshop didn't just go rip off Borderlands.
Right.
Like, that would be really silly, but it is kind of funny how, as a big Borderlands fan, I saw it and was like, oh, this is kind of doesn't make any sense.
Okay. That's fair.
You know what? If you like it, that's cool. I mean, I think we can all agree that Yarrick's fine. I guess if you like that character.
Yeah. I mean, Yarrick is cool.
Yeah. But there is one model on here that I think we've all agreed.
Yeah, what?
Is the absolute coolest model. What was that? What's that W word?
What? This guy's
like how we both went
badass,
puberty trying to make a wog noise. Oh man, Wazdaka Gutsmick
on the big river.
Oh man,
that's awesome.
So I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. Apparently he's been in stories and stuff for a lot of things. And I read where an orc player was talking about this is fantastic because this gives you as an orc player the chance to have a boss character for the junkyard racer type orcs because you already have one for the squigs and you have one for just the normal boys and that stuff. So like this is good for that style. Which if I was ever gonna do orcs, that's what I want to do. Just trucks and motorcycles and just crashing into stuff and exploding.
That's cool.
I already have world eaters, so like doing orcs normal style just feels like I'm doing worse world eaters.
You should do the bikes.
So I should do the bikes and the trucks and stuff. Yeah, maybe a Stompa.
Or just full gunline orcs.
But I have Necrons now that I'm starting with. I've chosen 3 40k armies, and Custodians and World Eaters are kind of the same concept.
Okay.
So I'm like, maybe a bunch of fast orcs that explode would be cool. Anyway.
Cool.
I don't know if I'll ever do that, though, because the cost is really not good. It's like $60 for one of the motorcycles, and they are 70 points.
Yeah. You know all those Sentinels I think are really cool?
Yeah, same problem?
It's the same problem. It's the same problem. But no, this guy.
Let's talk about that jacket. I think I might just get this guy just to paint him.
This jacket is awesome.
He's so cool. Is cool. His jacket, whack.
His jacket,
whack.
The guy on the back, whack.
The sound he makes when he runs over guys, whack.
Whack. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to freehand that Suns logo on his jacket.
Is that freehand?
It doesn't look like it's part.
Oh,
It's hard
shit.
to tell, but it
Shout
does
out to
not
the
look like
artist
it's
there,
part of the 3D part.
That painter is
Yeah, good,
amazing,
awesome.
man. That is awesome.
But like this model, it's so good because it tells a story.
Mm-hmm.
This does what good cav centerpiece kind of things in AOS always do, where they
Okay.
tell a little story on the thing,
Mhm.
but also they don't forget to model the back of the model. Because I've
Yep.
noticed in some of the 40k stuff, like the back of like a dreadnought is boring as hell.
Sure.
Like they don't really put stuff back there sometimes.
No.
So it's good that this has like all the way around is something going on. It reminds me of
Right.
Festus and Horticulus and Nurgle, where like
Okay.
the more you look at those models, the more you go, oh, there's a little guy under there, and he's
Mm-hmm.
he's got a little vial, and he's pouring it. Oh, and if you look around, the water's running down over here. You know, like there's little bits. There's so much going on this that's cool.
We could zoom in on each part of this and like really just dive in. Like this chain gun thing on the front, the DACA gun. I don't know. Yeah, it's cool.
The smoke and the exhaust effect
God damn.
look
yeah,
pretty
just
good,
woof.
and that's not a thing that usually looks good in models to me.
No,
because it's temporary things like flames and smokes and wisps look too thick.
yeah.
Because you can't get an opacity in them because you're painting a piece of plastic. How would
Right.
you do that? But this doesn't, and the paint job on this is incredible. So it has sold a lot of it.
How much of this is the paint job, honestly, on some of those effects? I do kind of wonder.
How much of this is me snapping that smoke off of mine when I realize I can't do a good job on it?
Right?
Yeah. I've done that on a couple of models where I look at it and they have flames
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm going to cut these off. I don't want to try to do flame painting on this thing.
Yeah. That is yeah. That's I do wonder because they've done an amazing job and like, but I think it really does help with the like, just the composition, like how much is just going forward, like it or just like pushing you towards the front, like that's
Yes.
awesome.
Oh, I also
know?
just noticed when they show us the back, the exhaust plume, the circular
Right.
part, is not on there.
Oh, so yeah,
So I guess you could just leave it off if you don't want to bother with that.
oh for sure.
And it still looks perfectly fine. That's good. It's not integral to the
Right.
back of the thing somehow.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah,
That means
I
that also, if
appreciate
you don't have it, you have a cool Dragon Ball Z power-up circle effect you could put on like a grot because it's just one little grot in the middle.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is kind of
Oh,
cool.
put it on that Hobgrot in Cruel Boys, the one that has
Yep.
a chance to just murder anything.
That's good. Oh yeah, yeah. You can just swing and just chop it up.
So I think, so we're saying overall, guard stuff cool, sister
Yes.
stuff a house somewhat divided, but
Yeah.
less divided. And we're gonna have to have an angry, quiet fight on the car ride home about the
The Inquisitor.
I
Yeah,
just wish
yeah,
that
yeah.
When we were doing the show,
Okay,
maybe you
well,
would actually,
I
like,
did, you
back
know,
me up a little bit.
you were
That's all I'm
talking
saying.
about whimsy earlier, and we can't have a little bit of whimsy bringing some Borderlands into the 40k universe.
It's a whimsy is fine, but it's a little bit different than copyright infringement. You
know
know
where
what?
I'm
You're acting
going.
like your mother.
Yeah, well, oh,
That's the whole. And commercial break comes in after that.
just a pause.
Oh man. So hey, you want to go? So we've
What's
done
next? Yeah.
we've done guardsmen. We've done orcs.
We have.
What if there was some more guardsmen we could talk about?
It's kind of more guardsmen. Yeah, that's pretty much.
But
Yep.
also a character that I have actually heard of in a faction that doesn't usually have named characters because that would make no sense for them to have names. We're doing that.
I was like, yep, we're on kill team. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And a game that we successfully unplayed
Ooh.
one turn of maybe before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we tried. We did a round. You sniped one of my guys, and I was like, yeah, cool. Okay, and then we're
Yeah.
like, we don't have time to finish this. Yeah.
Because
so-
it took so long to figure out what grenade to put on my guys.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah. This seems more like a kill team that I'm going to be really interested in because it's a
Okay.
little bit asynchronous. It's not just
Yeah.
team versus team. I like raid boss battles. That's what that's what we're doing the Marvel stuff where it's like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
hey, fight the big stuff or fight a different way to do it than
Mm-hmm.
just show up, kill, leave, or show up, stand on circle, leave.
And
you know?
and that is precisely what they're going for with these new
With-
kill teams.
I'm trying to throw the title.
you're trying to throw the-
because we're talking about
The Red Terror and the Terror on Devlin, which is this a new region? I'm not specifically familiar with what is Devlin a region.
is
I was trying
Devlin
to
a
scroll.
guy? Call sign Jester for the Elite Spectre Squad. Oh, cool, man.
Oh,
Jester.
awesome.
I hope that they're going to
that's-
be okay with all those edges there. They don't cut themselves.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. But no, yeah, Red Terror, awesome. Very cool. Knocking over these pillars and just
Yeah.
moving into the frame. This is cool.
The one that's got the little rocks on his claw, like kind of to the right, when if you're looking at him head on.
Yeah.
That's not quite working for me in terms of motion because it sort of looks like they're stuck to his leg a little bit.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
gonna
I see what you're saying.
waggle his leg like a cat that stepped in something wet to try to get them off. Otherwise than that, though, really, really cool kit. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that is just me going, it's once again the same thing as the smoke. Motion on a model is so hard to pull off in a way that doesn't make me decide to just cut it off. But otherwise, the Red Terror.
The left
is,
side though, where his like the almost like the trunk of his body.
Yeah, it's
is,
pushing
like,
over that
pushing over the
statue
statue.
thing.
I think that's
That's
working
good.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part works, and like
Yeah.
the little part, like his tail, all of this works. It's just that little part right there where it's stuck to his claw.
Wait a minute. Is this kind of doing this like
This is good
giving me
because
this like oh you
we're
can't
on a
see it. Yeah.
podcast, and I also couldn't see what you were just doing.
Like I'm almost getting like a Fred Durst pose out of the red
Oh.
chair, like talking about the
Yeah.
you know.
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, Fred Durst always wore a red hat.
Please, somebody put a baseball hat on the red chair. That's awesome.
I'll do it.
Yep.
I
Oh
will
no.
absolutely.
Yep.
My Red Terror is Frederis Dursk.
Oh
Actually,
yeah.
that sounds like a cool Space Marine mod.
It kind of does. Yeah.
Yeah, what's he doing it for? Planet Nookie, yo. I did it all for the Emperor. Yeah.
I was like,
We got this. Yeah.
I'm trying to extend the bit, but I'm like,
You know what? It's just one of those days, man.
I think.
It's just one of those days.
Okay.
You got to get me out of this wormhole.
I know, right?
I will be in this
Okay.
Limp Bizkit wormhole for like a day.
So the Spectre Squad Jester
Yeah, tell me
kill
what.
team.
Here, tell me what,
yes.
why I care about these and what makes these different than guards people that you care about so much. Because to me, I
Okay.
see a cool Tyranid and a bunch of guys that kind of look like other stuff I've seen. So what makes these guys so cool?
The stuff that's happening here is these are like a recon element. A lot of the other guardsmen that you're like looking at primarily are kind of like upfront infantry. Like these guys seem more like, they are kind of trying to stealth around and, maybe plant some like these guys are going to be like planting, like they have this Vox relay beacon. So like these guys are like going in front of the main like army.
Yes.
And like they're kind of like setting up, getting prepared for a fight. They might skirmish and like shoot a little bit, but kind of on the back foot until the rest of the guys get there. So exactly like this is kind of like my whole thing with a lot of my guys. Like this is cool to me. And so like all of these, in terms of like physically on the model, they have these like kind of cloaks that they've thrown
look
over.
like the trench coats that the rebels wore on Endor.
They
A lot.
Wow.
And the color scheme and stuff kind of sells that a little bit
You
too.
said that, and I immediately got to the veteran sergeant
Yeah.
there, and I was like, "Wow,
Yeah.
that is very rebel coded." Yeah,
Very much so.
100%.
I think they're cool. Yeah, that's my question is like what I have three questions. One
All
was like what makes these guys not just normal? Because I think there's a certain point where you go, this is the elite squad of these guys. And
Right.
also these are their elite squads. And also this is an elite squad. It's like, well, how many Marines do they have?
No, you're honestly.
These are like Ranger kind of guys.
So I do wonder what role they fulfill, because like I know Gonst Ghosts were like really good, I believe, like in the actual like tournament play and stuff, just because they were like the only thing in the army that has like infiltrators.
Yeah.
Like you can go put them out on the board early. I imagine that's probably what these guys are gonna have too. Like they're gonna get out there and they're gonna die. Like you're gonna put them somewhere, try to block off some movement, and like that's gonna be the role they play. But like rules wise, I'm very curious. Like I see we got like a big rocket guy here. And like we have the beacon, but we also have some like a heavy gunner
I
guy
do like
too.
the beacon has its
So-
own little call out.
Yeah.
In this website, it says, and the Vox beacon. It's like the intro to a movie when they show
Right.
the title card, and the last one is a car.
Yeah. This
Thanks.
is
Hey, here's my second question.
Yep.
Is the stub gunner on his knees, or is that just a really mean nickname for a short man?
Oh, yeah. I believe he's on his knees, but that it would be very funny if you give like a shorter
He looks
person
like
a
he's
big
half
gun.
rattling a little bit.
Kind of does. Damn, now that you said that, I can't unsee that because we're only seeing this like front view.
I know. It's like he's got a little. It's Hank's dad from King of the Hill. He's got
Yeah.
his knees shot off.
That's good. No, but yeah, this is very cool.
Do you want?
Very cool to
This
me.
won't ruin it for you.
No. Hopefully
why
not.
is the camo? Why is the dish camouflage, but the body is not, and the skull is white? That's not how camouflage works at all. They're gonna just look at the skull. This is almost an unrealistic setting, is what I'm saying.
Oh no, not at all. It's not like
Also,
every
what's
unit.
What's the camouflage gonna do? It's a psychic monster. It
That's
can hear your thoughts.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Is like, to be honest with you, yeah, the guardsmen all have like different color schemes and everything, and it's all like really cool. And I want to put camo on my guys. It's just for their morale. It just makes them feel.
See color?
I don't know.
Would they even need to see color?
Like
Is
you
that
said,
a
it doesn't
use-
matter. They sense your energy.
Yeah,
like
they
it
know
doesn't-
where you are.
Like none of the factions, like, Tau can see you before you can see yourself. Like, it doesn't, like, everyone has a different thing. Space Marines always know where you are. Like, every faction has a thing that's like, oh, we know you're there. We're fighting. Like, there's no sneaking past me. We're fighting. So
excuse me, I think that there's one Space Marine Chaos faction that is very stealthy despite being 9 feet tall and bright blue and red and looking like the most Batman-coded murderer skin-wearing guys. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I managed to forget their name every single time. I always want to say Night Angels, but I know that's not it. It's Night Lords, right?
Night Lords, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I always want to say Night
Dark
Angels.
Angels, Night Lords, Blood Angels. How could you ever get all these mixed up?
Jeez, I don't know.
Death Watch and Death Guard
God,
always
Lord.
get me.
We were going back and forth about that earlier, yeah.
Okay, so you're for my third question? Because I think this is cool.
Yes.
I like this kit. Honestly, if you ever want to split a kit, man, I'm happy to
Yeah,
take that too and paint
100%.
stuff.
I mean, I'm getting these guys 100%. And like,
before we move to the fact that there's another model down here that I'm actually really excited to
I was
get,
going to mention those, the two down there at the bottom.
There's one that I really want because I love Bolt Gun so much, the game.
Cool.
Ambuls are all over Bolt Gun. And I've wanted one, and since the game has come out, you couldn't get a model.
Right.
I just want to have one to paint. They're neat looking. And also, if you play Age of Sigmar, that proxy is like 7 different things.
This looks, it's cool.
Trog monster guy. Here's my question.
Yes.
It's somewhat rhetorical. I think these are cool.
Yes.
This is a concept of a bunch of guys in camo in a setting hunting monsters. Why wasn't this the new Catechins? This would have been the perfect place to do new Catechin models. A Catechin jungle team against the Red Terror? Hell to the yeah. Now you're mad it didn't happen, aren't you?
I mean,
I got mad when I thought about that on the drive-in today. I was like, why wasn't it Catechin? This would have been, it's cool, but this would have been such a good time to do those models.
I mean, to be honest,
I mean, I guess if they're Cadians, they could be from Catechin, and then we're taking on the Cadian name because we're, what, but like.
Because none of them have sleeves. They all have the cloak thing.
The designs get so close to just being Catechin. If they were a little more jacked up look, like if they went a tiny bit more bandanas or a big Bowie knife or something, because they have them, but they're like, it's a little more subtle. If they leaned a little more into it, they could have done that.
I think you're right. And this is something that I have, like, I'm so curious about, like, doing all of the other guardsmen groups. How do they do it, like, effectively without it becoming 10 different armies, like 10 new armies that now people have to keep track of? And, like, how many people are playing those? Like, if you're playing guardsmen, are you doing a big mix? Are you doing only these guys? How much are those selling? Like, just from a logistics perspective, I don't really know.
Here's
what I mean?
Here's a thought experiment I think that you and I are unique to.
Yeah.
We can work backwards on.
Yes.
We used to have a brand here.
Yep.
That was stand-in and had a lot of guard stand-in stuff. The fact that those were selling, but not crazy amounts, tells me that the interest is not in there for James Workshop to go do these things. And they've probably put market research into this.
Yeah.
But also sometimes they go, I don't know, here's this guy, he's weird, and he's from a new thing, so whatever. So, I don't know. That was the one thing where I was like, this feels like this could have just been a really cool Catechin release.
You know what you could do, though? If people are saying that, and honestly, now that you've said it, I guarantee you there's other people out there saying it, too. They could do an upgrade sprue where you could just do the bandana helmets and at least have something.
Takes clothes off of them, actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's because it's like, upgrade sprue, it's just sleeves and bare chests for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's topless. The drone, sleeves and bare chest.
Yeah,
that's what I want. I want the drone to have huge jacked arms on the side of it.
That's kind of great. Instead of those, like, the little tripod legs, it's just biceps.
It's just bicep. It just runs around on its knuckles.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
That's horrifying.
It is kind of terrifying, yeah.
But, that's the kind of nonsense that Sevator would make, like, hey, this guy walks around with his knuckles, and it's just a head with a gun on it.
I am incredibly curious how these guys are going to look in 40K, because they always bring over the Kill Team stuff to 40K as well.
Yeah.
Like, 4 out of 10 of these guys aren't doing shit. Like you have Vox Operator, which, to be honest, I love it. Like, this is all really cool. Like, I love a good recon thing. We have Vox Operator, who's looking around. We have Guide, who's guiding. And we have...
the Guide one's my favorite.
Yeah.
Because
like, I love it,
have
but,
a
like...
paper map.
Yeah.
In the 41st
You think the guardsmen are all getting data pads? Like, no, they're getting
plastic.
No, that's too expensive.
Maybe.
Nope. No, he's getting a sheet of paper.
You got a sheet of paper.
He's getting a sheet of paper.
A4, 8.5 by 11, and that's all your stuff's on.
And that's the only one he's getting, too. He's got to go back to base camp if he wants to get a new one. So if he drops that in a pile of mud, which probably will happen, it's over.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
So, yep, you better hope they drew it on the back of the bald guy's head. Like, just keeping it together.
I'm absolutely doing that.
Yeah. No, that is something like I do always think whenever people have arguments when it comes to the guard on like, why don't we have upgraded material? Yeah, good luck. If you're out there in the middle of nowhere and like, you're on some fringe part of like the galaxy, no, you're not going to get the
downgrade
data
materials.
pad. Yeah.
Give me some guard stuff that's beat up.
Sure.
Give me some, honestly, but before we go to the break and we talk about the next half of the show, to kind of wrap up this stuff, as a concept, would it be kind of interesting if they could sell you like a Lehman Russ battle damage kit? Where like you could actually build it to have a big chunk blown out of it, or you could. I don't know if this would do great for every vehicle, but as a Chaos World Eaters player, if you sold me a way to make my Rhino look like it's being driven by Karn, because I imagine he's just smashing into stuff. Karn is not checking for lane safety before he merges, so like that Rhino should be beat to tar. I think that'd be kind of cool.
That is honestly really awesome, and this is like I would love that sort of thing because I'd love to have more like that's kind of whenever I get to fully painting all my stuff, like I would like to make it look more, beat up. Yeah. Like that's a cooler look to me. And also that makes me think like how cool it would be. I was actually talking about this with some other guys the other day of like whenever your vehicles are destroyed, leaving them on the battlefield.
Yeah.
So you could like swap them out for like a more broken one or beat up one.
We've
and like
it can become
I think it's cool. It's a terrain piece
now,
especially with how important terrain's going to be. And we could talk about that later.
Well, we are going to talk about that because that is a big thing. Yep. We have some big changes coming to Warhammer 40K. Huge changes. So much so that I kind of don't want to play the game until the new version comes out.
That's fair.
Because we will be learning things. But hey, guess what? They stole some stuff from our favorite game.
They sure did.
Mine, at least. And that's good. They kept doing the thing they always do.
It makes sense.
They do two rule. AOS is the testing ground, and for some reason, Ossiarch is also the testing ground. And they get two things from those two armies, and they put them in the other games.
Cool.
Or they redo the next version. It's happened a couple of times where the Ossiarch rules have become the game rules for the next version. So it's like, these are their two beta test things. I don't know why that is. Maybe they just sell well enough to do that, or not well enough. I don't know. We got to talk about the new Ossiarch stuff at some point.
Okay, cool.
Because it's cool.
I know you grabbed that stuff.
I got that book. I read that book. I like that book.
I like that book.
It's good. It's too smart for me. Ooh. It's a book that you need to be like on top of
like
your
really
game
technical.
on. Yeah, it's very techy.
Okay.
But all of your units can do almost it's techie, but in the way where Stormcast is techie, but if you goof, you're fine. This is techie, and if you goof, you might not be fine. But if you do well, you will take that field. So I like that as a hard to play or easy to play, hard to master army. Because you can also just put down like 100 more tech guard and Arcan and just go, there we go. I'm just running forward and hitting you with a bunch of stuff and doing a bunch of spells. So that was the first 2 pages of the thing. But we're going to talk a little more when we get back about the rest of the 40K, the big news and stuff.
Let's do it.
And maybe some what we want to see of the game. What do we want?
Yeah.
Catechisms.
Let's do it.
I think that's what we want. All right. We'll be right back.
Gigabytes Cafe in Marietta, Georgia is your one-stop shop for everything you need for your favorite hobby or fandom. Gigabytes carries a wide selection of miniature lines including Games Workshop, Reaper, and WizKids, not to mention all the terrain, paints, and hobby supplies you need to supplement your tabletop games. Not a wargamer? The cafe boasts an ever-growing selection of hundreds of board games, TCGs, CCGs, and other nerd-based acronyms eager to join your collections. So what are you waiting for? Go to gigabytesonline.com and start shopping now.
Back in which sound effect will they go with? It's just all of them, and I just sound really stupid.
Buddy, I hit record.
No!
I hit record before. I didn't know you were going to do that.
No, I don't know. I was just making stuff
I was
up.
going to ask if you wanted to bring us back in from the break, but you did.
Well, I guess I did, yeah.
Sort of did. So welcome back. We slowly lost it. And that honking reminded me, we're actually going to have a new segment on every episode. What should we call it? Goose Talk?
Ooh, Goose Talk? Porch walk with goose?
I don't like, you shouldn't have walk and goose, because that's step.
Goose? Oh, is that?
And goose step? You don't want to go down there. Yeah.
Oh, is this a...
Goose stepping?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a, big thing that a lot of players who put red armbands on their Krieg might like. Yeah, let's avoid that one. We're starting fights this episode. Hey, I'm going to say this again, and I think I'm also pretty brave for this. Nazis, not good.
Boo.
Disagree with some policies they have.
I would say so.
I would say so. No, we have a goose outside the studio, and she's hanging out with us, and we're going to ask her questions every episode. So I don't know if it's not going to be in here because it's a video, but if you check the YouTube or maybe Instagram or wherever, we're getting the goose's thoughts on new 40K.
It's important.
And so let us know what you want us to ask the goose.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. She plays tout, by the way. That's what we found out.
Yeah.
I didn't find out what tout, but, makes sense. Yeah, checks out, right? That's a weird
all crude.
thing to put into the community. That Tau players are geese.
Yeah, I don't know what
Or
that
have
means.
it
but
doesn't
it's kind
mean
of great.
anything.
Yeah.
But if we keep saying it, do we think we can get people to go, oh, geese? Well, they'd probably play Tau. Or, oh, Tau players, they must be geese.
That's so. Yeah. I don't.
Can we force this?
Yeah. I try to keep it going, I guess. Yeah.
Let's try it out. Tau players?
So-
Honk?
Hong Kong.
Honk?
Okay. Yeah. Is this more funny or less funny if like my most played army, like just on tabletop sim stuff like that is Tau.
Tau.
Yeah, it's Tau.
The question would then be, are you a goose?
I guess I am now. So
yeah.
I'm just
You know what, though?
insert sounds of me flapping and flying away.
This
So
it would be great if you hadn't just pooped all over the place
Yeah.
before you did that too.
oops.
Goose logs.
Yep.
So, hey, speaking of being a bunch of silly geese,
Oops.
let's talk about the new thing that's happening. So they did a reveal that literally everyone knew was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because when they started the reveal, there was the joke where they were like, hey, it's new 40K. Please try to act surprised. Because, of course.
It was it was on the winds.
It was on the winds. Apparently at Gamma, they had told some people this was going to be the announcement, like some industry people. So it was already out there. It's weird that I hear stuff through that, but not through like the podcast stuff. So I'm like, it always feels like we're like pirate radio because we're not, no one is actually giving us any information. We're just sort of in the room sometimes and go, oh, that's interesting. And then we tell it to all of you.
Yeah.
And you hopefully don't go like, I don't know.
This was the part they got up to go to the bathroom for and just left it running just in case. So they, no.
Yeah,
I just missed that part. So.
So new 40K is here. There is only war. We got a cinematic. It's
a cinematic.
all right, I guess.
That's Space Marines. And orcs are cool.
The orcs look cool. I like the orc walkie thing, and I like the.
I was
weird
gonna
boy.
mention it. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got that or not, but yeah, we got like an orc sentinel sort of thing.
Yeah,
happening. So
like
I'm
they
a
saw a
huge
sentinel and
fan.
went, "Let's do that."
Yeah,
Sort of weird.
they would.
And I like when the weird boy or whatever they are in this comes out and just vomits warp on a guy and then eradicates a bunch of people.
Oh.
That part was so like, that's very orky. I like that.
I thought you said like a weird boy and you were just using it like you didn't actually know that's like what they're called. So like I thought you were just saying
weird
that.
boys.
So
Yeah.
yeah. No, that was cool. Yeah, just green.
It was cool that I knew the name for that orc, and thank you for acknowledging
Oh,
that.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like seeing that guy throw up the stuff and do orc stuff. I like Bone
like seeing
Splitters,
that
so
guy
that's
throw up, yeah.
Bone Splitters had a vomit spell. And
Oh,
I think
cool.
Ironjaw's had a vomit spell too. So it's just fun for me to
That's flavor
do that.
Town.
Yeah. Oh, literally.
Some would
yeah.
say.
And also, I'm looking now at all my Bone Spitters, and I'm looking at
Mm-hmm.
the Squig orcs, and I'm going, well, I guess if I just strapped a gun on their back, I technically have an orc army.
I mean, you don't even need to strap a gun on their back.
Not really, no.
No.
Now they all have shooters, though.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
orcs learned two hands because of that one kit that I don't know the details of entirely.
Oh,
but I know
right.
there's that one kit where you had to build them that way, and it was wrong, and it was a whole thing, and it's like, well, now that's just the rule. So, cinematic was neat.
Cinematic cool.
They showed off the box, which is the one that's like sort of referencing like 2nd edition or something.
I believe that was what they were saying.
Which
Yep.
is funny because, like we pointed out, that would have been most people in the audience were 2. So the nostalgia, this Games Workshop nostalgia's its own self so hard. And this is not my hot take. This is one of the guys on Poor Hammer was talking about this, but it is a very good point. They nostalgia their own stuff, but within like 10 years of it. But then
Yeah.
sometimes they have stuff that they never touch that's really cool, and
Right.
they ignore it. It's a strange company the way it works.
Yeah.
So does this look like the 2nd edition box, and does that make you want to purchase it? Those are two different questions, I guess.
Right.
I don't think.
Many people.
Do you think anyone buys a Warhammer starter box based on what's on it? It's such an expensive purchase. Based on the. Do you think?
Oh, like are they
people
seeing
just
the
raw
cover in
buying
the
these?
store?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Because you got to go to a place, and you got to like.
No,
if you
well,
go to
here's the thing.
Target, they have like the little Warhammer Captain
Right.
Titus versus Tynzerg, Tyranids.
Oh, sorry,
whoops.
sorry.
You
Yeah,
know, they have like those for people to get into.
Right.
But yeah, do you think anyone just
Well,
goes?
I would wager the way that conversation goes, and this is exactly how like I sort of like the pipeline. You see the thing on the shelf. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, these are little figures. That's rad. You grab it. You take it to the counter. You're like, can you tell me more about this? And they're like, are you sure? Like, do you know? Like,
Buddy.
are you? Wait,
Buddy, what's
you
your
don't-
what's your income level at?
right? You know, I mean, because
You
it's
file your taxes this year yet?
like
You got that tax return?
because you're gonna need that.
You're gonna need a tax return.
Um,
We'd be putting people in Warhammer boxes like all the ads on V103 that are like, if you don't have credit, we'll put you in a car.
Oh,
If
no.
you got a repo, we'll put you in a car.
Yeah.
You don't have credit, we'll put you in a Space Marine.
But oh yeah, put you in some power armor. I think because I think you're not like I don't think so. I think not the starter set. I think there are other probably individual units that are probably going to bring people like. We literally just said his name, and I've already forgotten. Guts Rekka. Like
Snagdraza,
bike guy.
Bork.
I think like people are gonna see something like that, and they're gonna be like, "That's awesome."
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be like, "I want to know more." And then you're gonna maybe float towards this Armageddon box. But like, if someone tells you that's the start here thing, but I don't.
Which it doesn't say on the box.
No.
But this is also a mock-up, maybe, so it might not be the final thing. But like, because you know, you think what they're gonna do? What they did with the AOS stuff, where it's like, here's the big box. And then a little while later, here's your starter box that's like 10 intercessors and 10 boys and
Because it says start collecting. It's got some terrain. It's got some guys. It's got some rules. Like it's got everything.
India fold-out terrain. Like the Kill Team starters that we have
here
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like one of those. Yeah.
That is your start box. Like, I don't think anyone's looking at that, seeing... I mean, like, maybe someone sees the cover and they're like, this is so cool. But like I said, I don't think anyone's getting that. It's like a first thing.
So let's talk about this cover.
Yes.
They almost did it.
Okay, what is it?
They almost made a Space Marine-based cover without an Ultramarine in it. But then if you look to the back right,
God damn it,
they had to put an Ultramarine in the shot. And he's in the very far back.
Right.
And he doesn't look like he's with any other Ultramarines. And also,
Yeah,
there's
what
no
is up with that?
salamanders. There's no white scars. There's nothing else on this box that I can see. I might be wrong. That I can see.
I mean, there's a knight in here,
Sure.
but that's not up. Yeah.
That's not in the box.
No.
But, like, neither are these little cool flying skiff things that got blasted up in the show. My point is that they got so close to just giving us a thing that wasn't the Ultramarines. And I don't even care about any Space Marine flavor. If you like Ultramarines, that's awesome. If you like Blood Angels, that's awesome too.
Yeah.
Just replace the wings on those one guys with Prosecutor wings. They'll look way better. But, like, it's just really funny that they were like, oh, we almost did it. And then someone went, oh, excuse me. None of these chaps are blue.
No.
We do the blue guys here.
Right.
And then James Workshop, the horse, kicked a guy out of the window. And the other one was like, oh, sir, I'll fix it. And then they color swapped that one guy in the background.
I'm like, yeah, what is he? Is it just a joke? Does anyone have a narrative reason as to why he's here alonely by himself with just the Blood Angels?
Well,
like,
I don't know
what's going on there.
by himself. But they do talk about how, you know, since this is a coalition of Space Marines, that they kept doing that during the show too.
Right.
And in the show, it turned the other way again, where they were like, of course, you can build all of these guys as Ultramarines. It's like, yeah, because that's paint. Just paint them different. Paint them chartreuse if you want to.
Right.
But so they were like assuaging the crowd. They're like, don't worry, they're still Ultramarines. You can still use them. I think Ultramarine players are probably like, yeah, we knew that. We have all the stuff.
I mean, is anyone that... Like, there's no way anyone's that upset about Blood Angels being the cover, right?
I can't imagine.
I know. I mean, it's
why
a
would you
Marine.
It's
Whatever.
a Space Marine.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm mostly just mad because it's red and gold, and you know, it's kind of like my color guys.
Oh, I mean, like they got. I mean, like blood and everything is their thing. That's there's no crossover there. They're melee.
I would rather have crazy berserkers than edgelord vampires as my army.
Yes.
So I'm okay with the fact that whatever. But yeah, so they showed off a Marine, and he's different now because I'm looking at you. Why is this?
I'm gonna quote one of my buddies. It's a Mark something helmet that I couldn't remember right at this moment. So I guess I'm not really I'm padding for time here, hoping that
I don't know
it
what
says somewhere.
Well, no,
Mark
it just says
10.
The thing is, like, they're all
helmet?
dilapidated because your stuff is no longer super good, so you're using older armor parts. That's cool.
Right.
If you know what those look like enough to care, which is once again GW going, our ecosystem is so strong that we can go, oh, remember these kind of Marines? And I go, no, not really.
Well, we are not Space Marine people, but my buddy, like one of my buddies here, like he specifically like referenced it, and he was like, oh, when he saw it, like we were on like the call, and he was like, whoa, Mark, blah 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 helmet, and I was like,
so this
cool?
did something.
Yes.
Okay.
So for some people, this is a cool thing. Like this is something coming back or something new. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, like Space Marines for me have always kind of been like, you know, maybe if I can ever run them as like no, not so much. Like not so much for me.
I think when we get this box, because I think we're probably going to get this box just to, because it'd be nice to finally own a set of the cards and not be using printouts and apps the whole time.
Sure.
And, you know, it's good we'll do an unboxing video and get 8 views, and then that would justify us buying it for some reason.
Okay, right. Thank you, 8 people.
Yeah, thank you to 8 people that watch those things. Thank you whoever that commented on the Shopify, Spotify. And
the what?
The Shopify. No. I've ruined the bit, so I'll just explain. Remember when I went in with the work account and was like, "Not your best work, guys."
Yeah.
It gave me an alert that somebody commented on our Spotify, and I went in and was like, "Oh, that was mean," and that was me.
Mm-hmm.
So that means all of you at home are not doing a good job of
Jeez,
giving us a
come on,
5-star
guys.
rating, but then leaving a review that sounds like you didn't like the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the funniest thing.
It's good.
If you went to a show and it was like, "Wow, 5-star ratings all the way through," but every comment is like, "Honestly, could do better," you'd listen.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Is this? Are we?" I just realized what we are. We are the podcast of if you only applied yourself.
No. Yeah.
We could probably be good at this game,
Eh,
but we're not gonna.
No.
We don't care enough to do.
no.
Yeah. Good to hear the Space Marine does something for somebody.
Yeah. It does. It does.
It's not for me, but you know what? I'm happy that you have it and it pays the bills.
Yeah.
So
does.
Keep doing it.
Keep doing it. Yeah.
And orcs,
Exactly.
which we
He's
knew
a
it was
boy.
gonna be orcs. It's an orc boy. Fine. I
I mean,
don't
it's a
know.
new sculpt.
Yeah, and he looks good, I guess. I am so spoiled on AOS orcs that I forgot how bad a lot of the 40k orcs were looking.
I gotta tell you, like, I feel like we could have picked a cooler guy, like to be like. I mean, like the Space Marine, like he's in a pretty standard pose. Like he's got like.
That's the same guy. Why didn't they use the guy from the?
Yeah, that guy
Yeah.
looks like he's kind of possibly doing like a pose. Like this boy down here, he's like, I got a gun. I don't know how to use it. Like, you know what I
He's
mean?
shooting
That's-
it straight up into the ground and also appears
Yeah.
to be stumbling a little bit. It's a weird
does.
model to debut as your guy, but
Yes.
also it is kind of weird. I don't remember if they did this for 10th or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird that their big reveal was a cinematic and then 2 basic slap infantry guys.
oh, for your first
Yeah,
showing? Yeah.
I think with the Stormcast ones, they were like, here's a cool Skaven hero or
Mm-hmm.
vehicle, and here's a cool Stormcast guy. Like they usually give you a little more than
Mm-hmm.
just here's a rank and file dude. So I wonder if they just didn't have everything painted yet or
Maybe.
ready. Because I have been looking in a lot of the pictures they've shown, and it's some of the reused older photos. Like I'm watching for the new ones to start coming out, and
Okay.
some of the old ones are being used to talk about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that like it might not have completely finished.
Maybe
it.
not. Yeah.
What's
Maybe they didn't get these off the line first, and so like this was the first thing to get to painters was the battle line guys.
production delays in this industry? What could possibly cause
Yeah.
that? As we look at a list of the thousands of things that happen behind the scenes,
Of course.
that mean your order is a day late, and you go to eBay and you go, yeah, I don't understand why it took 2 days instead of 1.
Yeah, I'm
And we
sorry,
go,
dude.
it had to go to space, basically.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Hey, we're in space
no.
right now too. That's kind of cool.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
little shout out for all our international people. Hey, yeah, we're getting back into space. What's up? Let's start that space race again. Please, can we start a friendly space race? We need competition with countries that's good and wholesome right now. Please,
That
dear
makes
God.
sense, yeah.
Can we have that? America is asking you. Someone else built
No, we
rockets.
have that at home. It's just like it's
Oh,
war.
it's just war.
Help.
Well, we
I
couldn't
wanna
possibly
do
afford
fake war.
anything else.
Um,
Yeah, let's talk about fake war. It's much more fun.
let's get a hammer involved. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, weird debut of those two models. But
Yeah.
you know, if once again, if orcs, if this excites you, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just go look up the Iron Jaws line. If you don't know about AOS stuff,
That's cool.
go look up the Iron Jaws line and go, oh yeah, AOS has been having this for years. Critter
Right.
Boys also look really good. Like so that's why I'm like, yeah, this guy looks pretty okay.
I will say, on average, like, yeah, AOS stuff just looks cooler.
I think they get to
It
spend more
just
time on it.
looks cooler. I don't know exactly what the phenomena is, but yeah, it's like just AOS looks awesome.
Do you think it's kind of and I don't know about this for real, but a theory to posit, if I may, it's the lack of being able to take the risks
Yes.
with your giant ass IP that you have to have that Mark II helmet look like a Mark II helmet
Yeah.
that did 20 years ago so that your friend knows what it is.
Yes.
None of that's in Age of Sigmar because it's only 10 years old.
Yes.
And if someone goes, oh, is that, I know the difference between Stormstrike, Thunderstrike armor, and other armor types in Stormcast. Does
Right.
anyone care? No. They do.
No.
Some of the models even get it wrong, which is really
Ooh,
funny.
okay.
There's a couple Stormcast models where I'm like, according to your book like 8 years ago, that's not how you're supposed to do the ranking, but who cares? Like, who cares? Because it looks awesome.
Sure. And like that's what you start getting into when exactly like you said, you have some of that stuff. That's why like I have my huge hot take that I think would be funny to have like an episode about where like we just do some like crazy hot takes. Because yeah, I have one for 40K.
We should do
And
an
it's-
episode
it's-
that's just hot takes to try to get people to fight with us.
Yeah.
Because today I think if
Happily.
anyone fights with us, they are defending either Epstein or Nazis. It's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
Not a good position to come from, guys. Or they really like that one, the Inquisitor guy.
Croyle. Yeah.
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 So
yeah,
we're putting all three of those
Ranger
people
guy.
in the same bucket. So if you like Croyle,
Oh.
you must also. This is the profile of the person that doesn't like our show.
Yeah. But let's
or-
see.
Maybe
We got
this.
stuffs here. We're.
Oh, Ryan's trying to get me away from
I know.
this.
I'm like. Are we...
We talking under the rules now? Well, what we know.
So here's what I was gonna say, because like I know we were going to come back around to like the detachments one, which honestly kind of sums up this army building and missions thing. So do you want to move down here to like objectives?
Yeah,
on the
let's talk
sheet?
about that, because there's a couple of changes that are like,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So objectives.
So
We've removed round things.
we don't. What's a circle?
No, there's
So,
no more circles. It'd be really funny if they were like, now they're squares. Haha, gotcha. But they kind of are.
They kind of are
Yeah.
with the terrain. So yeah. So it looks like our objectives now are going to be terrain pieces.
Yeah.
So-
Terrain footprints, which is interesting. Terrain footprints.
right.
That makes
Yeah.
me think there's going to be kind of a standardized
Yes.
thing, which they have a lot of. I'm looking up now because we used to have the scenery up here, but it's actually in the other room now.
Oh, it is now in the.
But we have a lot of really cool 40k scenery.
There's cool stuff.
And one of those things actually actively breaks the rules of the game. That stupid drill tower thing.
Yes.
Because it's not spaced correctly to let you fight in between them, which means if you're on the top, if you're the kind of person that puts your guys on top, you are playing to win in a very grognardy way.
Yeah. I could see it.
Yeah. So, like, that terrain piece is cool.
It is
but
cool.
If you're playing it with the wrong people, it becomes basically like, cool, shoot me and I can never get to you because the rules are technically blocking
It's a little
it.
messy. Yeah.
So, like, and they have a lot of cool terrain where it's like, this is really neat, but you're kind of ignoring it
Yeah.
because you were going for objectives and stuff. I like the idea of fighting over terrain. It makes more sense.
I'm curious.
What was on that circle that I wanted?
No, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
And that's always like that's why I end up enjoying a lot of the narrative stuff more often, because I'm like, why am I trying to dive into your backline to like why am I overextending my guys to try and get this mysterious area that is like I'm curious. Like to me the terrain, it kind of makes more sense. Like if you're in a defensible bunker, like we need to like destroy this to even move past you and get over here to the thing, the MacGuffin. You know, so it's like
the book
you
of
know.
the dead guy in
Yeah.
the AOS terms. That's a way back in the day to put out objective markers for AOS. And
Okay.
there was a book, and another one was a dead guy. And
So
those were my favorite.
I don't know what
markers.
word I just said. I just tried to say like 3 words at the same time. Swore.
This episode's getting weirder every
Yeah, I
second.
know. I'm just gonna start speaking gibberish.
But yeah, that was like, hey, but that was also funny because it's like we must spend hundreds of lives. Why? We need that dead guy.
We need a dead guy.
He's
Yeah.
got something on him, and I gotta get it.
It's a cool
I
necklace, man.
think he still has my keys.
Oh
We
no!
have to go get my keys from him. I can't start the ship.
No, no.
But like, so how do we? Let's take a 10-minute. How do we think the objectives as terrain is going to work? Not in like super specific rules, because there's gonna be they're gonna have to get gritty with like shooting around them, shooting through them. Do closed doors and open doors matter? Because all the Games Workshop
boarding
terrain
actions,
has open and closed doors built into it, which sometimes makes it not able. You can't go around. Like it's weird.
I think like on the doors notes, I think they'll keep it to like 40k, not a big deal. But like the boarding actions, like you can manipulate like those sorts of things. So I would be kind of curious to make some of the other like scenes, like maybe we include some of the boarding actions rules for that sort of thing. Don't know, but when they mention footprints here, like I imagine like the objective is going to turn into like you have to be basically on that footprint, so you have to be either inside it or base to base with it. So, because I have to imagine, like, because this is what my first thought here was like when terrain is the thing, it kind of makes me feel like a ranged option is possibly like leaning like the charge there of like, you know, I get to sit here and shoot out of it and I don't have to move. So it's like, and it makes it a little more difficult for like a melee guy to get in there. So it's like, you know, because if you hit the wall and then you're still trying to get in, if you haven't killed enough guys already, it makes it a little, just movement wise, it gets a little awkward. So yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like you have to be on the wall or inside the footprint.
Yeah,
So-
I'm imagining we have some scenery like this at the store that I've seen that is on a clear piece of like thicker plastic.
Yeah.
And that is the exact dimensions as per
Yes.
the pitched battles or whatever it's called for 40 chapter approved.
Chapter-
that's that's the thing. And then the thing that's on it is not really as important,
Yeah.
which does kind of get into what I don't like in games, which is flat scenery.
Okay.
I think if you're a miniatures game and you have flat scenery, I hate it. I don't
Sure.
like the way it looks. I need a little something sticking out there. But the flat scenery is way easier to adjudicate rules on, so I get why some games do that. Also, big rank and flank games, like you can't move a tray of 50 guys around something very easily, so you kind of have just a big open area in there. But they think about that versus Age of Sigmar.
Right.
You have a ton of terrain on the table, and your guys are able to move around it, and it looks really cool and dynamic.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of holding. And in Age of Sigmar, guess what? Last edition has introduced a lot of maps that are, instead of holding objectives, you're holding terrain pieces. What a surprise. Hold on.
Yeah.
They
Right,
were
shock
beta
phase.
testing this idea for a year
Yeah.
before they decided, yeah, this works well enough to work. And the way that would work is you have to be within 3 inches of the terrain piece.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
So maybe it's as simple as that, but given that it's 40K, I think they're going to have to add a little
It's
more.
the inch, yeah, and you got to be in the melee. So
Yeah, because then
that's
what
the
do you?
engagement range.
Because right now, if I run up to you with my berserkers
Mm-hmm.
and you're behind a wall, I can still punch you.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird because that shouldn't work.
Uh,
But like rules wise,
It kind of has to. Like,
it
that's
has
like,
to.
it's
Otherwise,
tough.
the game
Yeah.
is almost impossible for melee
Yeah.
armies. So they have to give you something.
Right.
But punching a guy through a wall, while cool and I think
No.
appropriate for Khorne, because I like to imagine the guy's fist just comes through the wall and
Oh,
grabs
yeah.
a guardsman and yanks him through it.
That's
you know.
accurate.
But like, it's scenery is the weirdest thing of 40K. It's the part
Mm.
that playing the game always makes me go, there has to be a better way to do this. And maybe
Sure.
this is it. Maybe
Could
just
be.
making it part of the objectives and let's go for it.
We will have to see. I see, like, this next part here is talking about, like, again, more on the terrain and impacting hit rolls, easier to hide. So I'm curious. Like, I heard reference at some point that it was gonna be like your units on the battlefield, like they may have like if they haven't activated yet, they can't be interacted
Yes,
with.
there
So
was.
it's
If
like
they
I wonder how
haven't,
that works.
if they haven't
with some of the
shot,
terrain.
they
Yeah.
were. It's like they can't be shot when they're outside of like 12 or something.
Oh, they get like stealth until
So,
they.
yeah, they have like a type of stealth, which is essentially them being able to move into position. So you're not necessarily having like if you're, let's say, you've got some sort of army where you need to get to places quickly. You're not like, oh, I'm just running out and getting shot in these open lanes.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some punch that monkey.
Oh yeah.
So there's some some play in that because they did talk about it, and this next
Okay.
section implies that they do want more melee in this
Right.
game.
Okay.
Because this was my favorite part of the show, where the backdrop suddenly became a giant picture of World Eaters, and everyone,
Right.
well, everyone, 2 people in the audience and me at home went, oh,
Yeah.
what's this? And then they were like, we're changing melee, and I was like, uh-oh, this is the first
Make
time.
or break, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the first times in this hobby I had a real moment of, am I about to just not play this game with this army? Yeah, am I just going to go, I guess I'll finish collecting some Necrons and go for there.
Right.
So they don't put everything here that they said about combat, but I do remember it because this is the part where I actually was like, this game's kind of a throw anyway. I'm going to just really focus on the listening.
Reading this little blurb, it's like it seems like they're touching every part of like the fight phase. Like we are changing it up a little bit in a lot of ways. So like I'm curious. Like I'm hoping the weird charge rule of like the enemy gets to fight first if you're
That's gone.
Weird. Yeah.
That
cool.
was so
Okay,
stupid because
yeah.
we played it wrong because it made sense.
It made sense. Yeah. It's
Strikes
just
first
stupid.
should be the first
Yeah.
strike. Nope, I have strikes first, but it's your turn, which means I pick what?
No,
Like, that was so
exactly.
confusing.
You
Now
just
it just
get
works
stumped.
like Age of Sigmar. What a surprise. Hey, you know what else? You don't have to declare a unit when you charge. You just roll 2 dice and then decide where you're going to go. Hey, guess what other game?
Yeah. Well,
I need a
previously,
button where I'm just like, this is from the other game.
right.
And it's good. You want this change. This makes it fun.
Yeah.
There's a difference between...
Yes.
It's like the pre-measuring when games don't let you pre-measure for stuff. I kind of like that because I'm like, I get that this is tactical, but I need a little more fun in my game.
Sure.
And rolling 2 dice and going... The feeling when you get that 12 in AOS and you go, well, I was going to charge into 3 inches, but now that wizard that thought he was safe just was going after that guy. That's always a fun moment.
Well, it makes more like I can see how like they've basically like kind of there's footprints down from like the old editions for how like Overwatch worked, because previously everything used to be able to Overwatch. So like they're taking a back step with each rule and like kind of like changing each part of it. Because like it makes sense to go all the way back to this if they're going to basically do only 1 unit can Overwatch per turn. So it's like if you're doing that, yes, it makes more sense to just be able to pick charge. You don't have to select things before. Just go. Just do it. Just roll. Do it. You don't have to do all this picking crap. Like just stop. Because it was like there's no reason not to just select everybody for the charge. Like so
That's
it's like
what was
it's
confusing
stupid.
about it.
Yeah.
It was like, if I can get around this rule, then why is it here?
Exactly.
What's the point
And
of
just
this thing?
make it make more sense, and they did.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So the other things that I remember from this, they kind of sort of mentioned here, because they talked about the charging thing, the changes to activation order, strikes first.
Sure.
It actually makes sense now. The fast dice rolling, which I think is weird, because I think everyone has
Everyone
already been
does
doing
that.
that for 20-something years,
Yeah.
James. We know this. So it's funny that they kind of made a thing about it. And from what I've heard from people there, that was kind of the feel of the room too, was like, oh, sure. We've kind of been doing this. But I guess teaching it as part of the game, teaching it as a concept, it is kind of weird to think that when you play a Warhammer-based game, you are supposed to roll 1 dice every time.
Well, and honestly,
And that's insane.
it is, and like it honestly, like I was looking up some rules the other day, and I was like kind of confused on like the verbiage, like how they were wording stuff.
Yeah.
And like whenever you take out the quick rolling stuff, and like you just think about it as 1 die roll at a time, it's like when it says re-roll the hit roll, the being 1, you can re-roll all of them. Which is like something I get confused with sometimes because, you're thinking about the fast rolling method and I'm like, do I only reroll 1? Am I rerolling
Sometimes it'll say
multiple?
reroll a hit roll of 1. And I'm like, so is that every hit of 1 that I got or
gets
just
confusing.
1 that I got? Because I just rolled 80 dice for my berserkers.
Right.
And I need to know this answer.
It's important.
I absolutely do not use units that have those rules in the ways that do that because I don't understand how that rule interaction works. And in the same way that I decided to just skip the shooting phase, I'm just skipping some of that stuff because I'm like, this seems like this causes the kind of conversations that make me go home and go, I don't really want to play this game with people anymore.
Fair enough, yeah.
I'm just going back to Marvel Crisis and being some Spoodermans and stuff.
That's fair.
Which I also found out we've been doing a rule kind of wrong on that as well.
Oh, no.
Crits
Okay.
don't automatically add in a hit. You have to roll another dice.
Oh.
So I don't know that really has changed a lot in our battles in Crisis Protocol, but it is funny that we completely...
I don't know.
I
I
misread
mean,
that rule like 3 times during our last game and still didn't in my head go, I'm doing this wrong.
that might make it an extra round. Like that might add
It
in a
could've made
lot of
another round,
damage.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Good to know.
Good to know stuff, yeah. Good to know stuff. That's good to know stuff.
It's good to know stuff.
Also, you do all your pylons in the beginning of the combat phase. That one's weird.
What?
So
Oh,
all
40K.
your
We're back to
pylons-
40K.
Yeah,
I thought you were still talking about like
in the
Marvel.
combat phase when you activate
Right.
your Spider-Man Intercessor unit.
Yes.
Yeah. It's one of the new 40K things is when it's you pile in all your guys. And then at the end of the turn, you consolidate all your guys. So it's not per unit. If I'm understanding what they said correctly.
Because there's probably a lot of like reactionary things that people are trying to do and they just want to make more. There's probably a lot of arguments happening over like, can I do this right now? No, because they're different.
Consolidate's weird too. Because
it
it's
is.
like consolidate towards the closest enemy or objective if there's not an enemy unless you're in combat. And if it's a Thursday, you can't do it twice. Like
Right
it has
now,
a
the
like a
Emperor's
little
blood has not
checklist.
rained upon the planet just yet. So we gotta wait.
So maybe just going move everybody 3 inches towards the nearest enemy unit or objective, but not into combat.
Yep.
Just figure that out. Hey, it'd be really cool.
What's that?
They just need to go ahead and do. This is, I'm going to save it actually.
Okay.
Because that's
for our
maybe
next...
my thing that I think I want them to just do.
Okay.
So, that's the that
that's
part.
the stuff.
Well, we got the little reveal we had today on how to build
And
an
the
army.
detachments. So we got
You
some
wanna lead
stuff
on
here.
this one because you were really excited about this.
I've been reading this. Okay, because this was honestly one of my things, and I wrote this down because like to me, 9th edition, I loved Build-A-Bearing my detachment. I'm saying that because like there were always detachments that were like because I was playing a lot of Guard in 9th edition. Like there's always a detachment that's like, this is your Vostroyans, this is your Cadians, this is your Krieg guys. Cool. Like each one has a thing, and it's good. Like it's really good for their thing.
Yeah.
Like Krieg, great at artillery, melee, boom, they got their stuff. But you had the option to piecemeal a custom regiment.
Right.
And I thought that was really cool.
Well, that's what a lot of people were saying. Like they really liked that part of the game was building that thing. Can I give you a slight counter thing, and then you can go back into this, talking about this? When we started this, and we have records on the somewhere back in episode, I don't know, 30 something.
Okay.
2020 was when 9th hit. If you remember that.
I do. I mean, yes, yeah.
Yeah. So it was delayed, and there was all this stuff. And we were like, well, we're gonna get. I don't know if it was 2020 or when it hit or when we got into it, but anyway, it's in the show somewhere.
Oh,
so
wait, wow.
The
Okay,
three
wait.
of us got into. I was gonna do AdMech, and Dave was gonna do. I completely forgot what he was gonna do.
Tau, right?
I don't remember.
Didn't that David play Tau?
It was Tau. I don't know.
Sure.
And Josh was doing Tyranny.
Because he stole my Combat Patrol box that I wanted whenever you're. I
Oh
jest.
yeah, that's
I jest,
right. Yeah.
but yeah.
Okay. So he does love Gundam, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm trying to think. The main thing that prevented us from playing the game, besides COVID,
Well,
was that none of us knew how to build a list. because it was really obtuse to get into coming from the other side,
Yes.
which is kind of how
You're
10th
right.
works,
Yeah.
where it was like heroes, some guys,
Yeah.
heroes, some guys. And AOS had a similar thing for detachments where you would go, this group has to include 2 sets of steel helms, 1 knight, and 1 commander, and then if you get that, you get a reroll charge for all of them, and that's your little detachment. So like we had all these ways to do it, and then getting into
quick.
9th was like, how do I? And also I picked,
You got to pick the Vanguard detachment. You got to have this guy, and you can only pick the fast attacks. Yeah.
and
no,
I also
I
picked
know.
AdMech to start with, which was really complex,
Yeah, no.
and then I was like, I'm just going to paint them
Sure.
because I like the way they look. So
I completely
they have to
understand.
manage how to do what you want,
Right.
and how to keep people from, because that kept me from buying a bunch of stuff until 10th came
fair.
out. Like they could have had me, but
Well,
I couldn't figure out how to get into the game, and I'm
Right.
relatively adept at, I can play the Batman minigame. Anybody out there who has played that understands that game does not make it easy to learn the
Sure.
rules. So like, I remember being kind of frustrated with it and going, "Oh, just play Age of Sigmar. It's I know
That's
how to
fair.
do this."
That is fair. I think like the part that like there are 2 parts to the regiment building in 9th edition that were cool, and I'm trying not to get super long-winded here. Like, oh, I really like this. But like
Back in my day,
but no, you could build a like each book basically had like a custom regiment rule. So like you were picking and choosing from a list of like 12 abilities to make your regiment rules. And like that was the detachment rule. I need to be more specific because there were separate things.
Yeah.
Because you could run multiple detachments, and you could have different detachment rules in each one, and they affected those parts of the army. But that kind of resulted in a lot of people like making the uber detachment for like the Imperium, including a little bit of everything, kind of like you were talking with agents earlier, and like making a cool thing, but like it was just very, very good at a handful of specific things.
Yeah.
And that was everything. Anyway, but the second part of that was like you were saying, where like you had to pick like Vanguard detachment, and this was like, this is only elite guys, or your like spearhead detachment, where it's like this is the fast attacks, or like, you know, your heavy tanks and stuff. So it's like each
But
one
is
was
there
like a
a start
unit type.
collecting detachment? Because you just named the 2 types of start collecting boxes in Age of Sigmar.
That is very funny. Yeah,
Vanguard,
well, that's how they're.
Spearhead.
I'm quite sure that was what they were named for 9th, and like that was your
fun.
elites and your fast
Yeah.
attacks. So it is funny, but like the other ones were like your super heavy, which is like the tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like anyway, but like I kind of thought that was cool, just because like I think this is maybe a hot take and like something that I think is
Oh,
cool to see.
we got another hot take
So,
on the show.
yeah.
Sound the hot take alarm.
Like for me, I kind of like, I feel like detachment rules should be army specific, honestly. If I'm just being blunt, like I feel like, because for me, having a very structured thing, playing a guard army, makes sense to me. Like having a very structured, like I gotta have a leader, he's gotta have a platoon
Commander,
squad.
gotta have
Exactly.
a box guy to relay stuff. Like you have to have
Yes.
a military structure. Yeah.
It's gotta make some more sense. But if it's like orcs, or like you said, like your world leaders,
Yeah.
they don't care. Like
No.
they're just guys, blade, go. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
the leaders are only there to prevent you from being murdered as fast as you would be normally
Yeah.
because they want the glory.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're going to get, like, the command structure is
Right.
who's the biggest?
exactly.
That guy.
And that's how a lot of armies would work. Orcs, same way. Like Necrons, I guess, kind of the same way. Like there's not a lot
Necrons
of
are
like
Weird because
they
it
are
depends on
weird.
their tomb world and stuff.
Oh, fair. Yeah, but it's. I feel like a lot of that is gonna be. It would make sense to be army specific, but I guess keeping things make more sense to everyone. Just keep it consolidated. So like I get it, but like I do really like that. Kind of to go back in here to what we're actually talking about.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not to get too sidetracked.
So, other big news from thing that is about this article.
Okay.
Your codexes still work. That's the important
Yes.
thing. That was the part that, and I really do, I know I've talked about Warhammer like 3 times on this show.
Yeah, no,
I
they're
really
cool.
like their take of like, that's the part that matters to most people that you
Yes.
don't talk to. Because we talk to people that care about that stuff and want to play multiple armies and look at stats.
Yeah.
Most people play Warhammer 3 times a year.
Sure.
They're going to get a new book every couple of years, play the same game. They might not
Right.
even be using the right book at this point. They don't even know.
Just having
And
fun.
like, they're just having a good time.
Yeah.
So the fact that you don't have to buy a new book or your
Right.
book is suddenly invalidated, which by the way, hot take, ready for the hot take.
Ugh,
It's never invalidated. Just play the old version.
Yeah.
Of the game. You can do that. It's fine.
you
It's
totally
fine.
can.
You can
go
do
play
it.
9th. Yeah.
No one will stop you.
No.
No one will. So
No.
do whatever. But
There are no commissars in your area that are just going to show up and be like, play 11th. You're playing 11th. Get the new book.
Play 11th.
Yeah.
Is that
So.
7th edition?
Oh.
The one that was awful, I think, or maybe that was 6th. I don't know. The
That's
one that lasted
beyond
like
me.
a
Yeah.
year before they went. This is so bad. We have to do a new one.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the one I think where the Eldari were like oppressive.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember which one it is, but yeah, they were uber stacking buffs and just flying away. You know,
I think it was the one where they basically went, "Well, we borked this edition. Let's just kind of start over real fast." And now they're on the schedule, which and now they're a real company that plans all this stuff. So that was the most important thing to say. The books still work because your detachments still work, but picking them is now different.
So we have a new little way that this works. And again, this is brand new stuff. So I guarantee you, maybe I'm messing something up here, but like I'm reading what we got in front of me. Like so we're looking at. So the way you'll sort of do it, this is kind of going a little further back to like 9th. Like you're picking a battle size. So like if we're doing like 2,000 points, for example, you are getting a number of detachment points.
Yes.
And all of these new detachments that they're talking about, there's 70 new detachments on the way. And all of the ones that you currently have are still available. But they will now have a detachment. You're chuckling here. Yeah.
70 new detachments.
Well, that's for the whole game. Like, you know what I mean? It's like one per army and then like
it's one
extra.
Per army.
Yeah.
And then it's 40 Space Marine detachments.
It's like 8 Space Marine detachments, 2 guard ones, and then like one for each big chaos, and like
It's going to be funny because it's going to be a lot of Space Marines, and they already have like 40, so it'll be like,
of course.
Yeah, it's fine. It pays the bills, but it is funny. We're like 70 new ones, and everyone's like, how many per army though?
Yeah, 1 Xenos each.
Yeah, how many are you going to give Gene Stealers? 1, maybe.
But
break the game.
Each of those detachments will now have a points cost.
Yes.
So if it's a big one and it affects like your whole army, like everything on the board, like infantry, like it's going to affect like most of your guys, or like just your army keyword, like that is going to be more expensive. And like so that's going to be like 3 out of 4 of your points that you're spending, or sorry, 2 out of 3 of your points, or maybe all 3. But this gives you room to pick another detachment rule. So, like, I guess, and what I am curious that I'm not specifically seeing here, and I'm assuming this works like 9th, where it's like, you pick the detachment rule, and that detachment has it. So you're going to have to keep track of your guys on the table, and which ones have it. I don't know if I specifically saw that in here. Maybe not. Maybe it is, and I missed it. Not sure.
They did, so they talked about the detachments gives you enhancements and stratagems that are focused on the units.
Yes.
But if you combine them, you get a kind of the soup army sort of thing.
Okay.
The detachments will give rules that will apply to your whole army, though certain detachments and rules may only affect certain units within it. So you do have to know.
So it's a little bit of both, yeah.
So if you're doing something insane where you're going, I have 3 identical detachments, you've done this to yourself.
You have.
But if you're doing the way that I think they kind of want you to do it, where this is my tank detachment, this is my Terminator detachment, this is my weird monster detachment. Yeah. And that way, my Mauler Fiend is only in the one, so I know what his thing is.
Well, what I'm basically seeing is like every person's book has that first detachment that is like the damn, it's kind of hard to walk away from this one because it's just kind of good at everything. That's going to be 3 points cost. That's your big one. It affects your whole army. Like Guard, for example, everyone gets lethal. Yeah, that's your whole army. That's 3 points. It affects everybody. So the
one that lets me, when I charge, do extra attacks and extra strength on all my stuff, that's going to be the one. Berserker Warband. Yeah. It's
going to be your expensive one. And the ones that have like those more specific things, like those are going to be the cheaper cost. And those are the ones you can kind of like mix and match. So it's already like, it's not just immediately more complicated for everyone. You can choose the easier like route. Like you can choose to like, okay, let me keep it a little more simple for myself. I'm already trying to remember 500 rules. Let me just keep it to 1. I don't need extra
the one that
things.
was already kind of the
exactly.
default.
Yeah.
Every World Eater guy out there, you're playing Berserker Warband a lot. You're playing the other ones because they're kind of fun to mess with, but Berserker's the one you'd take to win a game. Custodes, I think there's a good one, but I'm playing Unleash the Lions because I don't know how to win games, but I like having 14 heroes on the table.
Right.
Even if they all die.
That is fun. There is also like an enhancement limit here.
Yeah, so that's,
which sort of affects
and a unit limit.
So it's the same. If I'm reading that correctly, it's the same. I do not, because it specifies army, not detachment.
So that's the rule of 3.
Yes, it
just
is.
in a weird place.
It is.
Which,
if I'm incorrect on that, we are opening the field to like 6s. Like, you're going to see like 6 of a unit. Like, if it's not battle line, which I'm like, does that break things? Probably. People are probably going to find a way to make that pretty nasty. Like, your whole army just becomes elite.
Yeah, because it's doubled for battle line units, so you can have more battle line than anything else. Because that's what they kind of want you to do, is have a lot of your standard guys. But what about armies that don't really have a standard guy? My standard guy is Berserkers, man. It's 180 points for 10 of those guys.
Well, this is still the same. This is the same rule as, if I'm reading this correctly, this is the same rule as 10th. You're looking at the same exact thing.
Can you bring 6 battle line in 10th?
Yeah.
I don't own enough to do that, so I don't actually.
Oh, no. I'm playing guard. I'm very familiar with this rule of 3 because
cool,
I can take a max of 3 of a thing.
I'm trying not to bring Berserkers. I want to bring all the other nonsense in that army. But yeah, that's good to know. I've never known that, actually. So
Well,
that's staying
that's the
the
thing.
same, which is good for returning
Yes.
people.
I'm quite
also,
certain
rule of
that's the
3
same.
seems to be a good way for them to maintain balance.
sense.
It's not an Age of Sigmar, and there's rarely as much problem in AOS with spam. But
Okay.
I wonder why that is.
What? Yeah, I wonder if it's just more really, really technical people in 40K. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I've played some AOS games where I was getting
Yeah.
raffle stomped, and I'm like, this person is so understanding of what their army wants to do.
Yeah.
And I've seen some. I mean, I am a notorious horde of nonsense models player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I think it's funny to do really silly lists, and sometimes they work. So
Yeah.
the rule of 3 would ruin a lot of my memes in AOS.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never even when they kind of had that in AOS, it didn't really like break the game. I don't know, it's interesting. It's interesting to see as the games sort of start to share a lot of stuff,
Right.
which is really smart for them
Yeah,
because that means you
it
can
makes
get
it
people
easier to go between the
Yes.
two. You can start playing both. Yeah.
you get the revolving door going of like what
Right. Mm-hmm.
we're doing, where we can play both, and we're not unlearning strikes first and
Good
charge
Lord,
rules
yeah.
every time.
I damage carrying over. That's one that's definitely not. Like I don't think.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
one.
No.
They would have to change every war scroll.
Yeah, they would.
Because all of a sudden, well, world leaders, we're eating good at that point. Because we're hitting you with 3s all over the place.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm just killing a guy with a 3, but
Right.
now,
No, I don't think so. But no, to sort of to continue here, we had a few smaller things that are gonna be effective for like people doing a lot of enhancements and stuff. Like there's an upgrade tag for some of the enhancements,
that
so
part
you
was
can
weird.
put it on units.
Yeah.
Like you can put it on more units. So it seems like you pay for one, and you can apply it to 3 people. You still have to pay for all of those units, but you can apply more enhancements across the board. So if you really wanted to go for that like elite feeling and like make your guys like veterans, kind of cool.
Yeah,
kind
and
of
they're
cool
not
to be able to.
characters, so it's
No.
It's almost like, what was that last book we did where you can build your own custom regiment and have them be
Yeah.
elite warriors and give them special abilities?
Wow. Yeah, that's kind of
yeah.
crazy. I'm just like I'm.
Weird.
God, there's some crossover. Age.
That
of,
one-
yeah.
I don't think they necessarily took that one from AOS. It is just funny that that was one of the big things in the last AOS book. And it's like, also over here now.
Right. Yeah, another thing we have here. This is something like I am very curious if this means anything for like my guardsmen and then like possibly for like space marines. People that already had it, like do I get an extra thing? Probably not. But like every army is now going to have leader and support roles for your like heroes.
Yes.
Like for your characters, things that you're attaching to units. So they're going to have leader or support, and you can have one of each on your thing.
Yeah.
You probably don't have a whole lot of those.
I'm
Probably?
trying to think of who's a support.
Exactly.
For
I'm
my
like,
heroes.
you
They're
probably don't have that.
all leaders because that's how. There's no corn guy that's like, I'm going to help you guys out and stay behind.
Yeah.
I'll clean up after. No, they're all. That's what they're doing.
I think, yeah. So, like, your Necrons, however, might have
They will have
something.
because their
yeah.
whole thing is like a court structure. So they
Yes.
actually in their army right now do have like this guy can bring little sub guys,
Right.
Because that's how their structure works. So
So-
that would make sense for world leaders. Once again, it's like being a Gargan player. You look at a lot of stuff and go, I don't think a lot of this is actually going to apply to my army, but that's fine.
Right. And I think our last thing here
This
is
is the
leaning.
part. I was
No.
gonna say this is the part I'm the most interested in how it works.
So this to me, this is because okay, I am less familiar with this because we've done a lot of spearheads, and honestly, like that's kind of like what's like I'm thinking more of that for the AOS stuff because I haven't played a full big game in a while. That we haven't done like a very narrative thing where we pick these things, but I'm pretty sure this is a AOS thing where you're like picking your mission rules. Right?
So in
So
AOS,
and we're talking about the force disposition.
Yeah, oh,
because
sorry,
we
I should
are
have said
reading
that.
off of the document here. So we're talking about the force disposition bit where there are 5 different like detachment words, keywords, these little tags you're going to put on your guys, and this is like
icons.
take
You
and
got-
hold.
Let's go through the
Yeah,
icons.
okay.
All right,
You do
take
one, I
and
do one.
hold. Skull.
Right. Disruption. X.
Purge the foe. Dagger.
Yeah. Priority assets. Crosshair.
Butthole.
Butthole. Yeah. Okay.
Here it is. Reconnaissance. Eyeball.
For the guys that need to be looking at the butthole. Yeah. This
They
is
gotta look
important.
at it. And
So-
the dagger's going right in.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it tells you. It tells you a
It's
little
a whole
story.
story.
If you go to the top of the bottom, the skull says, "No, don't put a dagger." in your
Don't put the
butthole."
dagger in your butthole.
Hey guys, you want to do a quick PSA ad read for the commercial
Okay,
break?
We got to. Yep.
Hey guys, this is Zach from Atlanta Warhammer.
And Ryan following along.
And so there's a lot of should we say issues plaguing the youth of today, or communities that are disenfranchised, Warhammer players. I'm thinking specifically Tau players who want new battle suits.
Yes. Okay.
People that like catechins, we've talked about them a little bit. People that don't understand why they showed me a picture of a guy on a juggernaut in a book, but I can't buy that model.
Ooh.
And I'm just going to say that no matter how it feels in your day, Don't call Better Health. It's a horrible, horrible organization, and we hate
yeah.
them. But don't also put a dagger in your butthole.
I really think it'd be inefficient for you in
I
a
think it's-
regular
Yeah,
working
there's
structure.
better ways to do that. we have misinterpreted the ad read.
No, I know.
Yeah, don't do a dagger. You're gonna want something a little more round, guys. Flip the dagger
Guys,
around.
it's
Cobble
called
in, dagger
Warhammer.
out. Now you got a butt that's a dagger. You're living the dream.
Oh,
That's the future liberals want.
It is kind of, yeah. I mean, like, we're just taking that, like, what's it? Is it Zorro from One Piece with just like 40 weapons
I
on
was
it?
like,
Is it
what?
Zorro? Wait, no, hold on. Am I insane? Is it?
Zorro's. I don't know One Piece, but I know who Zorro is.
I know. I was like, I know
Legendary.
the right.
It's Mexican.
I'm about to have the whole One Piece fandom just flaming. I'm gonna just walk up here
no.
and I'm just gonna be on.
Who's gonna get us first out of all the fandoms we've pissed off?
Oh, I think we had a Swifty joke at some point. They are actually
no.
the missiles are on the way.
We don't need to mess with the Swifties.
No, we don't.
Just leave them alone. Taylor Swift, you're fine. And I guess Football Boyfriend is cool too, or maybe not. I don't know where we are now. Do we like him still?
I think he's okay.
I'll ask the goose.
It is Zorro. Yeah. Okay.
Goose
We're
had to be
good.
our
We're good.
correspondent.
I'm alive.
I thought you were
haven't been
talking
smited.
about like the Mask of Zorro, and I was trying to imagine
No,
at what point
not
Antonio
the-
Banderas put a sword in his asshole. And I could not remember.
That's somewhere online, probably.
I hope so. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's not
In my
bookmarked.
dream journal.
He stole my dream. It's Antonio Banderas with a sword. Hey guys, so Warhammer.
Oh, thank God for AI art. I'm generating that one right now. Just killed 2 lakes and a bunch of wildflowers for this picture of Antonio Banderas with 8 fingers on either hand with a sword somewhere in his asshole. What's this show? So the way it works, and I like that once per show now we go on a riff so stupid that it throws us off for the rest of the episode.
It does.
Yeah.
But your forced disposition.
Yes.
You are picking one of those important keywords, be it sword in your butt, be it purge the foe,
Well, you're
purge the
picking
sword in the
one
butt.
or more based on your detachments. Yeah.
That's the sound of me reading.
You got to read.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm very curious what this means. Like,
Yeah.
is this like, are we matching pretty symbols and we're going to decide
Well,
like
like-
what we're doing on the table? Like, what's going
Yeah,
on? I'm
how does
curious.
that
What does
work?
this mean?
So-
I don't know.
In the way in AOS it works is you pick your battle tactics when you are doing list construction.
Right.
And there will be
That's
things,
what I was
but they're
comparing to.
all there, and you, the opponent, doesn't really affect that choice.
Okay.
You can affect it in the game because some of them, like the famous one that everyone picks, which is beat up guys and take their stuff.
Of course.
You have to tell me which units have the stuff that I need to beat up. So there is a little interaction, but there's not.
Okay.
Most of them are. Oh, I punched the mic.
Oh,
we almost
no.
went 2 episodes without it, but I just punched the mic a
Okay.
little bit. Sorry, guys. So, like, I show up and I go, hey, I have these 2 sets of battle tactics.
Right.
And I have to accomplish the first one before I can move to the second one and the third one. And usually the third one is insane.
Okay.
But that's, like, one of them
If we're
is
there.
control every objective on the table.
Ugh.
If you've already done that, you've won the game. So what
Yes.
that is if you're in a tournament and you're trying to rack up points to get better standing.
Oh, it
Those
just
last ones are kind of for that, I think, personally. I've never accomplished a third one except for beat up a guy and take his stuff.
sure.
Because
Okay.
I was playing Gargants. So it's kind of like, well, I'm going to do that anyway. So I'm
Yeah.
coming over. But the other one I picked for Gargants, I looked at and went, I can't accomplish 2 of these.
No.
So I just throw them away.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
how it works. The way I'm thinking this works. So
Okay.
let's theory craft time for
Sure,
a
I'm-
second. I show up and I say, I have my force disposition is purge the foe. I've
Okay.
chosen Khorne. That's what I'm going to be
Makes
doing.
sense.
And you show up and you go, hey, I have reconnaissance and I also have take and hold.
Yeah.
And then we go, okay, so there's some chart or somewhere in the book
Right.
that says if you have these combinations, these are the eligible battle plans. Or
Right.
maybe it just says, okay, cool. If you have take and hold
Mm-hmm.
and your opponent doesn't, here's your set. If you both have it, here's your scoring mechanism. So, like, if we're
Okay.
both trying to purge the foe, we're not both using the same thing. Maybe it changes it where it's like,
Interesting. Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
That is also like that is a very interesting method of like, yeah, if I do take and hold and recon, I don't do those at all. Like or like I don't do purge the foe. So like I don't get any points off of killing guys.
Right.
If it's your thing. And maybe you're not even playing around the objectives. It's like you're just trying to kill me
Yeah, it could be,
while
yeah.
I'm trying to get to them.
And
so
probably with I'm getting less points for killing than objective, so you're encouraged to try to do
Right.
like it's offset because otherwise, why wouldn't you just kill all the time?
Yeah.
You know. So I am. This is the part where I'm the most interested in seeing how does this work.
Okay.
And if you look, I think they gave us a tiny little hint. Maybe.
Okay.
Look at the bottom left corner of this Force Dispositions graphic.
Oh, we have a little. Yeah.
It's almost a little rock paper scissors chart thing there. I wonder if that's gonna have anything to do with this.
Right.
Also, did they let the kill team guy in who's like, I like symbols instead of numbers.
Okay, yeah, I
gotta
got
have
beef with
symbols
that
in my
guy.
game.
Yo, let me talk to that guy. What the hell? Like, we're
Roll for
playing
triangle.
Warhammer. Roll for triangle. It's 3 inches, man. Like, what the hell? I don't
That's
get
so
it.
funny. Is it? This kill team
don't get
ruler's right behind us
Dude,
with those things on
Dude,
there. It's
like,
so funny because no other game they have does
no.
that. They all just use inches and
Why,
stuff like
man?
that. And kill team is like, oh, that's a 2 square gun. Okay.
What the fuck? What's a square?
What is it? Yeah, what is a square?
I don't. They took away my circles. I don't know what square is.
They've removed my shapes.
What's going
My
on?
public education is failing me. Did I hit you with a dodecahedron or a polygon?
Too many sides.
I don't know. Did you draw a rhombus? Which one of my tactics is the rhombus?
Right? Oh man.
And honestly, a rhombus is the kind of parallelogram a bitch would draw.
Okay.
That joke's gonna hit one person
Yep.
from 1999, and they're gonna laugh really hard. And
Okay.
to you out there, yeah, I know what that's from.
It's for you.
Yeah, that's for you.
It's for
that's
you.
for me to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have a little off of daddy for you there.
Okay.
It's been a while since I said something really weird on this show.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
ASMR polygons. Like it's like what's going? Okay.
if you're in a multi-person relationship and then you break up, is it polygon?
I was like, I'm gonna let that one stay.
That's so. All right, so we don't know how this is going to work
Okay.
for building the missions.
No,
But
I
this is the
don't
part
know.
where I'm the most interested in seeing. This.
I'm curious.
Let's
I'm
see.
very
Let's
curious
see
what
you
this
got,
means.
Games
So.
Workshop. In fact, stop showing us one random guy and explain that part, please. Warhammer community. I know at least one person that works there listens to this show. We've
Okay.
had conversations and also those little jabs about Harkaran and Anvilgard.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
are you jabbing? I'm coming after you.
That's
And we're going to
that's
talk about
really
that in the
mean.
next show where we talk. Oh, Josh is fine.
He's
He's fine. Just in the background.
yeah.
Shut up. Oh, he's fine.
He's okay.
We just high-fived super hard. That dapped me up, man. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So, Josh will be back next episode for the AOS reveal part of this, which is going to be, probably more diving into a lot of the stuff that we'll actually
There's a lot of
know,
goodies there.
like, real things on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
And we still need to talk about our things that we're looking for in 11th.
yes, we have things we're looking for. And then I'm going to go real fast before we do that.
Let's do it.
I'm going to go
What do we
real
got?
fast
What do we got?
through
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah,
thing
yeah.
and just let's do a one-sentence what we
Okay.
think about every one of these. Okay, that we're not talking about. We'll even do the AOS ones as a preview for you.
Okay.
All right. Are you looking at the same page as me?
I was trying to get there.
I'll give him a second. This is the sound of Ryan navigating. He's pulled out his T-Mobile Sidekick and is currently accessing where he
hell
had
is it?
this as a MySpace bulletin so that he can click through to the link.
Okay.
Okay,
Here
here
we
we go. All right, so, and thank you, other elder millennials, for joining me on that journey. So, Clans Eshin, kill the elite cities of Sigmar, spearheads of Ash. We're doing one sentence because I know you want to talk about this a lot, and I do too, so much. Do you want to go first? Do you have your sentence ready?
One sentence. Cool new guys from the city fight rat.
Yeah.
Semicolon red.
Rad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your sentence? What's your sentence here?
Anvilgard name drop. I don't care what else is in this box.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't even really care about the box. I just care that they're paying attention to that story. Honestly, and two, just as a side note, I heard some people being like, "That hero guy's so boring." It's fine. Whatever. He's okay.
Looks cool.
He looks fine. He's not
And
crazy.
his little
cat.
feline
Yeah.
friend. I was like, it's a cat. I was trying to remember
Yeah.
if it was like a panther or like a weird dog thing.
All right.
The
All right.
Cog Forts, March 4th. Huge update for the cities of Sigmar.
Yes.
Sentence.
Okay. Slight asterisk on this. This has a ton of models in there.
Okay.
So this is
Oh.
like your guard one. There's a lot of stuff in that reveal. We're
Oh,
not
okay.
gonna talk
Oh,
about
you're
it.
right. Yeah, okay.
Here's mine. Cog Forts, kind of mid.
Ooh.
People are
okay.
gonna hate me, but like I'm okay with them. I don't really want one.
I
It's a little.
It is.
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
I look at it and I look at its size and I look at how my city's armies look, and I'm like, that throws off how I like my army looking.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think my sentence is badass. Maybe not for me. I think.
Yeah. I think that's why we got
this
agree.
bit right there. Okay.
Cool. Not for me. Hey,
not the chuckle before.
I got two hot takes in a row.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yep.
New Riders of Rohan charge to the defense of West for the. I can't even be arsed to finish reading this title because is
can't be
anyone
arsed.
still playing this?
I believe so.
That's my sentence.
All right.
My sentence is okay. How are they? How much? How? If you like this, cool, and I am glad. We tried to get into the Middle Earth battle game. It's a little too much for me, and
Okay.
it's not the style of game I like.
Sure.
It's a little too old Grognardy-ish, I think,
Okay.
in the way I'm interpreting it. But it has a fan base. I see people
Yeah.
playing it at the store. I was watching a guy play it the other day, and I was like, huh, it's not moving a lot of guys.
Okay.
They didn't seem very dynamic. But Riders of Rohan, okay.
That's honestly a pretty good sentence. I mean, like,
Are we going to keep going back to the well of a movie that most people are now like, oh, that classic movie from the early 2000s, The Lord of the Rings? Yeah.
is that how it's seen now?
It's from the 2001.
Jeez. Dude.
Yeah.
Things from the
It's-
2000s? Wow. Wow.
Old.
Okay.
But like,
Goodness.
here, let me ask you then.
Okay.
Someone who was born
Right.
that did not have cognizance as these movies were coming out, none of that hype hit you. Of being, well,
No,
maybe the
but,
Return of
like,
the King one might have, you might have been young enough to kind of remember it, but like,
It
the
still
hype-
feels like my childhood though. Like this
Yeah,
is like it was really big for me at the time, but it doesn't feel like ancient. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel
it
like
doesn't
it's like
feel ancient.
a classic or something. Like it still feels like I guess it is pretty far off, but like
Yeah.
it still feels pretty big.
Well, they just greenlit a movie
Zeitgeist,
that's
I
going to
guess.
be another trilogy that's in the Lord of the Rings room because Rings of Power, I guess, didn't make enough people mad. I thought Rings of Power is fine. I don't really know. But also, I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings guy to know, like,
That's kind of-
that's Elandril didn't forge that ring in Varadol. They went to Verindel because Tolkien liked to do that kind of stuff to you.
Usually it's a name of a place. Yeah.
might be.
I think Verandel was probably a thing. I mean, granted, I'm big.
But-
Smited again.
Middle Earth strategy people, this is good and all, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if getting one new set of models every year is considered a lifeline. But I wonder
tough.
about that game. I wonder if the IP alone is the reason they keep doing stuff for that game.
I think
'Cause
so.
Can it be making money?
I don't know.
Like
I don't know how many people are getting new stuff for it.
Yeah. Anyway,
So,
that was a
anyway.
lot of sentences.
That is a lot of
You want to do the
sentences.
next one?
Unleash the power of the elemental wind with the Huracan, if that's how that's pronounced, acolytes in Warhammer Underworlds. Maybe a
There you
little
go.
too anime. That's my
They are
sentence, yeah. Maybe a little too anime.
Every one of them is a protagonist. In an
okay,
anime story.
blind guy with the bow,
Yeah, it's,
too much. A little too much. Okay, what's next?
it's Huracan because Hurricane. You were trying to make it too cool.
Okay,
I think it's because wind.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gave my sentence already. It was the fart noise I made, and that's fine.
Oh no, sorry. I thought we were moving on to the Ogrins.
Ogrins support weapons in a big tank during the battlefield of the Horus Heresy. I like the Ogrin models. I'm still not going to play this game, but I think they're goofy. And I like Ogrins and armor and like gas masks. It's kind of cool. That was one sentence. It's a bad sentence, but it's one sentence.
I'm not super interested in history for a fantasy game. I mean, that's my sentence.
That's the thing. I don't really care about playing a historical battle fantasy game.
I mean, some of the models look cool sometimes. I'm not.
The new
it's not for
Custodian
me.
box looks really good, and then
So-
I realized it's 30K scale, so they're too small. So
Oh, no!
They don't look good. They're the size of Primaris Marines. So I was like, I don't want it
Okay,
anymore.
that's kind of tough.
Yeah.
That's kind of tough.
Red Terror, we talked about that. Hey,
We
you
did,
want to take this one because I watched this and went, neat. Another game I'm not going to play, but you like playing.
Yeah,
this.
watch the trailer for High Flying Aeronautica Imperialis animation. Yeah, cool planes. Love the planes.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. It's cool to me. But yeah,
Bram Stoker's Dracula. Is
Indeed,
Up next.
indeed.
Yeah.
he's getting
Mephiston,
weta treatment.
Lord of Death gets wet treatment,
Mm-hmm.
and boy is he moist.
He's kind of moist. He's getting a brain blast and everything.
Let's.
He's very Skeletor looking skeleton.
He's got
head,
so many
right?
things.
He does.
So many skulls.
Yeah,
I don't
whatever.
know. It's whatever. If that's your thing, it's
yeah.
fine. Have fun spending $800 on that statue or whatever it's going to be.
I mean, they look cool, but
They look cool. Have you seen the Titus one that's in the back of
I
Giga?
have not.
Oh, we should go look at it. It's
Oh.
okay. We should go look at it like
Yeah.
a team group.
Like we
we
can just walk,
just
yeah.
stare at it and go, oh, look at that. No, it's cool. It's the Titus one, and it's the full with the Tyranid and stuff. It looks cool.
Oh, like the
Yeah, where it's like the one that
I did that. It's like the big hand in the air. He's grabbing it.
it's like it's I don't know, yay big or something. Like it's
Oh, awesome.
huge. Really cool. Still not sure what you're supposed to do with it.
I mean, it goes on your shelf.
I'm a Warhammer guy. That's what's on my shelf. Also, it's too big for a shelf. Like, this thing goes on like a display table.
Well, it's like, when you have your bat cave just for your like Warhammer stuff, and you like walk down into the basement, and you've entered like a different dimension. And it's like you got all these little plaques with like highlighted, boom, like this is your thing. It's like and then you have all your
and you got a
plastic.
cool caution sign on your door so your mom knows not to come in because your underwear's be stinking.
Yeah, I haven't
Mom.
showered in 3 weeks.
Don't come in here. That's my sock for stuff. Don't touch Brittany's sock. Mom, no. What did we just say?
Right next to the pizza sock.
It's
for later.
I was like, is he putting the pizza in the sock? And then
I think so.
Like a sock light? I don't like that at all. Please tell me that the pizza has cooled down first. Because, I've done it. I've killed Ryan. He's completely off mic. He cannot handle it. He's slapping.
It's too cheesy.
Is that being, Mom? It's too cheesy.
I can't breathe.
I want you to know, in 2019, when we got together and said, let's launch a Warhammer podcast and talk about Age of Sigmar, there's only like a couple of them out there. At no point did I think we would have a riff on putting a sword in Antonio Banderas' asshole or fucking a pizza sock. But here we are! And you, to our strangely thousands of listeners, followed us on this journey. And we love you for it. Because, my God, is this a stupid show? Yeah. Ryan might be dead. I might have to take over some parts of this show. So, the next segment, while he recovers, he is legit quiet. Hey, all right, here's what we need, guys. I need you to draw us some fan art.
Please.
Of Pizza Sock. Not in use. Okay? Please don't send us that to the inbox.
You lost me again.
I got it. All right, so to wrap up the show, we were going to talk about one thing.
Oh, that pollen. Okay, sorry.
I know I'm just
everywhere,
full of it.
Okay,
we're going to talk about one. I'm so pregnant with trees right now, bro. I'm so full of trees. So we were going to talk about one thing that we won from the new edition. Okay. Like one big check, because I'm thinking now we probably need to do like a hot takes and theory crafting episode on the new edition and stuff. So
okay.
We'll save that. Maybe we'll do we could set up like a stream and we could have chat come in and ask us stuff.
That'd be awesome. Okay.
Like, what's up, chat?
Oh, shit. A live. Wow. I don't know how I would. Okay.
I don't know if I want to be around our fans that much in an unsecure space. I don't know. Some of y'all are weird.
How many curveballs are we talking here? I mean,
this is going to be free. How many curveballs?
How many curveballs are there in the chat? Okay.
Yeah. Do you ever not how to end a bit?
No, I just keep talking about the pizza. How much further can the pizza sock go? How deep is the sock?
I just love the concept of.
I just whacked the table. I think I hit the mic.
I love the concept of an improv group where the end of the bit is okay. And then they just walk off stage. We've done the joke.
I'm glad we were both at the same level, though.
No. Stop. Oh, now we're both crying.
Okay. The one thing.
What's the
for 11?
Bring us back to reality.
Okay. Damn it. I was like, I have honestly the most realistic thing in here that like maybe could be a thing for me was the new battle suits, and you probably already saw it. It's like for me, I played a lot of the Tau for tabletop sim. And seeing the two new crisis suit guys, like the double, like the duo, the dynamic duo with like the melee weapons. I mean, like that to me, like that's how I want to play Tau. I want to play really aggressive Tau that kind of like get in your face. They'll drop down, shoot, try to back up if they can, but like honestly, they'll get into a scrap. Like I think that's kind of cool. I want some kind of punchy Tau. That'd be kind of fun, and like they can shoot in melee, and like that's cool to me. Like I want to get a little more aggressive. I want to like fight in there, and that'd be cool. So I'm kind of hoping some new XV8, like the new crisis suits, some new versions that maybe can do a little more of that. Would be really rad. But I also think, like, you know, if we were taking a thing out, like stratagems, to me, like...
Just getting rid of them.
Not taking them out, but, like, or changing up the way that works, because like I really liked, because I'm playing guard, like I got a lot of dudes, and it kind of feels weird to me to have one unit that can do the cool thing each turn when I have 40. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
It feels a little weird to me, but that's an exclusive, like that's a specific thing, like, or a thing like kind of you mentioned with like AOS, where like I can spin the stratagem and put it on multiple units.
That's how I
that
think.
that would work for me. That would bridge that gap.
I think that's if I'm because I think I'm understanding where they were like, yeah, we're
Right.
gonna do one stratagem per phase.
Right.
So if you are in that situation, excuse me, then yeah, you definitely. How do you do it for armies that
Right.
need a lot of help? Do you take from the old cities of Sigmar thing where it's like target one commander? If he shares a keyword with these units, you can do it up to 3 of those units. So it's like you target your Catachin commander. He can do it. If you hit him with a stratagem, he can do it to other Catachins, but maybe not other non-Catachin stuff. Like, so there's a little bit of like what you want, where it's narratively, it makes sense. This guy can boss around tanks. He's a tank boss. I can see that.
That would be cool to me. What's your one thing?
What's
your thing?
Is I really as the watching you do
Hey,
that.
I'm trying to thread the needle over here. I'm trying not
you
to
did
punch
good.
the mic, and I'm trying to set my water down so I don't
Also,
spill
the
water.
coaster is exactly the wrong size.
Yes,
of your
it
bottle.
is.
Yeah. We have other coasters. In fact, if you contact a lot of people right now, they have a ton of 6-inch neoprene coasters to sell you because, buddy,
6 inches might be too much.
well, I think we can get it done.
Yeah.
But the amount of people that make those objective markers. Oh my gosh, I feel bad because I know a couple people that went all in recently on getting like big ones printed for their brands, and we had talked about doing some ones at Giga to have for tournaments and stuff. And like that we didn't, but like,
that's a good
what a
one.
change that if you weren't ready for, but we should have known, because when they started Ultra Pro selling the neoprene mats, you know what they weren't selling next to them? The circle tokens.
Yep.
And they hadn't reprinted the ones that they had done from years ago. Yeah, we should have seen this coming. What a surprise twist.
Yeah.
So what I think I want from them as the most melee guy in this game of our little group, basically.
Yeah.
Simplify the melee rules to take AOS's 3-inch rule, where 3 inches is kind of the standard rule for stuff, in terms of, hey, your pylon's 3 inches. Cool. Your consolidate, just make it 3 inches. Cool. How many people can attack if they're within 3 inches? Cool. Like, because it is a little janky trying to get a bunch of berserkers in, and Karn is over here.
Right.
And well, now I've killed with them, and they've pulled their models. So is Karn in? Well, you technically shouldn't have pulled, so Karn would have been in. Like, it's all this kind of stuff that's a little like AOS just makes it so simple, where it's like, is he within 3 inches? Then they can fight.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine we might see something like that. I feel like that's kind of far for 40K. Like, it's always kind of been that, like, very close. And like certain factions, like I know Tyranids had a thing where, like, they could reach, like, some of their extra ones, they could like climb over each other. They're more used to that swarming sort of thing. So maybe it's more melee focused army thing. Like, I'm curious, but yeah, I feel like
it could
just
be in the
simplifying
melee
it
armies.
makes true.
Something that, or detachment type thing, if they want to put it in there. But something to like remove some rules a little more in terms of how melee combat works, because it feels almost where it should be, except for the whole charging thing that's confusing.
It just gets yeah.
But I want it to be as fun as AOS.
Yeah.
And I think we both said that carryover damage is not going to happen.
Probably not.
So let's make the melee stuff as fast and easy as possible, if we're going to still keep it to that kind of thing where you go, all right, well, I hit you with 5 different guys doing 3 damage. Oh, well, you've taken 3 guardsmen off the table.
Yeah.
While that logically doesn't make sense, it also logically makes sense. So, I don't know. What would be cool is a melee version of like Blast or something.
Cleave. Yeah.
Yeah, like a way to do that built into melee armies as a keyword that's not necessarily hooked to like another ability or something. It's just like, hey, if these guys are here, their damage spills over.
Yep.
Because they are swinging an axe the size of like God back and forth.
No, I mean, I do completely agree that, like, if it's a Khorne berserker and you're looking at a guardsman, I mean, like that you're swinging, you're hitting more than one.
I assume they're taking the time. That's what it is. Every
Oh,
guardsman they kill,
sure.
they're taking the time on them, so that's why it's like a little slower. Because also, what are the guardsmen doing while this is happening?
Right.
Hitting them with the flashlight and then running away. Because if you're in melee with a Khorne berserker, you've lost the fight.
Yeah. Yes.
So I think that's probably why they're slow.
You know it's over. I will never forget my 2 guardsmen that held on, standing right there in front of.
That was
it? It was
Angron.
It was Angron.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, because Angron is not the Primarch of World Leaders. It's Khorne. Angron will
Right.
die and get stuck on stupid stuff every game. I love him. He's not a great character.
That's tough. Yeah.
But it's fun. You don't play World Eaters because you want to win. You play him because you wanted to not do 2 phases and also go, here's this.
Boom.
Here it is.
It's a cool guy.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe not the 3 inches all the way, but some sort of congruency to the rules where it's not like consolidate works like this, piling works like this, combat range works like this, unless it's this, coherency works like this. Just take
true.
all of that and make it simplified.
Sure.
To make it easier to take the stuff from AOS or whatever. But because I think overall, this is an interesting take. Let's do our final thoughts on this. Overall, this is shaping up to be an interesting addition because it looks like they're adding complexity back in. Whereas the last version, their motto was like simple
One
game.
sentence.
It was like simple game, complex strategy, where they were like the game is simple, but then you add the layers on. Now they're doing the thing where they're going in and they're adding some layers on the bottom, with like the list building and stuff, which you can do. But at a certain point, you do get back to old 40K, I think, where it's like I don't know how to actually get in the game, and I show up and the guy in the tournament goes, you can't have that kind of guy with this kind of guy and that kind of thing. And you go, I didn't know that. And then they go, oh, sorry. All your transports blow up because they're empty in turn 1.
Yeah.
Why? In fact, if that's still actually a rule, that's what I want most gone from first edition. Why is my Rhino not just able to drive around? It's got a guy in it.
I'm like 90%.
I think that the person that told us that was not reading that rule
that's
correctly.
Not a thing.
And
now that you say that, I'd have to go read it again because I'm like, I don't know.
Why would that
I don't
make
think it's
sense?
a thing. Yeah.
My transport starts the game empty and therefore explodes.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's
not sure. Maybe it's something in older editions.
You can disembark and fight.
That's a big one. That's huge.
That's huge for me.
That's huge for
a
a
Rhino
lot of
full
people,
of berserkers, full speed, and then all the
Yeah.
berserkers get out and fight. That's so good.
Yes.
And there's that whole. There's a war leaders thing that is you put a bunch of tanks out on the table, and if anybody moves within 8 inches of you, you get to unload the whole tank for free.
Yeah, wow.
So you basically put landmine tanks, and you go, all right, try to get in here without touching one of these. Oh, you got too close. And a bunch of guys just fall out of it.
That's rough. Okay.
I wish if we ever play that version, I would like for you to agree to do a house rule where I don't tell you what's in each tank.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's
honestly
way funnier.
That is something I was thinking about. Like I was playing a game with a friend over the weekend, and like I was like, it kind of makes no sense that you'd know what's in my tanks. Like I just like I'm like making it make more sense. So absolutely, I'm all for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's more fun. It's
Which
way more
one
fun.
which one of these has 10 jackals in it, and which one has Karn in it?
Exactly. Yeah, that's way
I'm
more
not gonna tell
interesting to
you.
me. It's fun. So yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how this edition goes in terms of keeping the simplicity because Warhammer is bigger than ever.
Yeah,
in
it
terms
really
of
is.
the market reach that it has, and it's bigger than ever in terms of the popular market reach because it's a name brand. It's got the Amazon stuff. It's
huge.
It's been out there in other mediums now, not just like meme wise, but like
Yeah.
in a way that's because there's been jokes about Space Marines for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
but now it's in other mediums in like a respectful way to the medium.
Yeah, we had some younger folks coming up to like the booth at conventions and stuff, like asking, like, or they were just curious about Warhammer because they played Space Marine. Like
Exactly.
Whoa! Like I was not expecting that.
Captain Titus is getting a bunch of people, and that's why they have that whole thing with him and his whole entourage because it's like, oh, this is you like this guy
wanna
and you
play
know
him.
him.
Yeah.
Here's him. Now give us the guy from Bolt Gun. They can't.
Oh no,
he'd be too good.
He's too no. Yeah,
He's a
that is
Primarch.
a Primarch. Yeah, he's a big guy.
I saw somebody do a fan thing of them, and it was like logically, since he exists in canon, he is the most powerful Space Marine of all time because that means he has at one point. Canonically, fought 2 Great Unclean Ones and a Lord of Change at the same time and killed all 3 of them.
Yeah,
That's
wow,
insane.
right?
But they said he's canon. He's mentioned in a Space Marine.
Yeah,
So
kind of cool.
that's awesome. That's my guy. That's what I want. One Ultramarine with a white beaky helmet. I don't know what name any of that mark armor is.
It's a thing. Yeah,
but
no,
I
I'm.
want that guy.
There's a way to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm not entirely sure, but no, I think for me like. The right direction, like, because I really liked a lot of stuff in 9th, but, it got a little messy, here and there, but, like, I really liked, I like more of the complexity. That's more for me. Simplifying all the stuff is kind of like, like, I want more stuff.
It's interesting.
So,
We
and I
have
like
like
the
a-
Build-A-Bear. Like, I wanted customization.
Yeah.
So,
See, I think that I care less about the game and more about the models and the painting and building.
Sure.
So for me, the game being easier is better. But for you, the game being more tactical is better.
cool.
So how do they get both of these?
Yep.
And that's where it's interesting to see. Because I think 9th did a good job of getting you. Didn't bounced off me. 10th, I'm across it big. I like it.
Yeah.
Less for you. So I wonder
Yeah.
if they're going to be able to finally do. Well, I mean, obviously, we're their most 2 important audience.
Of course.
Us that have bought like a couple of army stuff.
Yeah.
40K. a handful of it. I've spent a lot of money on 40K.
I was like, no, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm still getting into the like hobby, I guess, compared to a lot of people. So yeah.
So, well, we'll see where it goes. I think it's interesting. I'd love to hear in the comments from people. Like, what do you think this is going to be? We'll probably put up some questions and stuff. We'll go to the Discord, and everyone will be really mad because we're doing a whole 40K.
Oh,
episode.
no,
But you know
yeah.
what? We've done 75 AOS ones.
Right.
This is episode 77. I think we did another 40K one somewhere in there.
I think so. I think we talked, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we might have done 2. Well, who cares?
Uh-oh.
Who cares?
Yep.
So let's see where this goes. I'm excited to see it.
Cool.
And the best thing is it means that all the AOS stuff is going to be pretty static for the next year. We'll have the General's Handbook at some point, which will have the battle tactics to talk about. But like, there will be no. That was, but you always had that kind of fear where they're like, we have big announcements coming up that they're going to be like, we're killing off Sigmar, and now you have to sacrifice 100 wizards a day to keep him alive. I like that since that last episode, a lot of that has been revealed as BS, and it's like, we said that. It was pretty obvious. A lot of it was.
That's just April Fool's.
Yeah, it was April Fool's like a week ago.
No, a little, yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's cool stuff. I'm quite curious to see what we're getting into.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I mean, in worst case, we'll just keep playing the other version that we already know how to play. But we'll maybe take some rules from we'll just make our own version. We'll just take the charge rule and kick them out of here.
I'm cool with that. Like, I'm all for homebrew.
Ultimately, you can play with your stuff the way you like. And you should. Have fun with it. You spent the money on it.
Yep.
You spent some money on this stuff.
Just do something with it, yeah.
Yeah, do something with it. And that's our final motivational thing. A little bit to you as well.
Okay.
Go out and do a little bit of your hobby.
Yep.
When you're listening to this, if you weren't doing hobby when you were listening, which I can't imagine trying to focus during this chaotic nonsense.
Yeah, probably a mess, yeah.
When should you listen to this show?
We've asked before.
Yeah.
I'm so curious, like, where you are you on the toilet the entire time?
Oh,
like,
no,
is it,
your
like...
legs are not good.
No,
You
they're
need
not
circulation help.
Where are you watching the show?
Are you listening to this in chunks? Are you coming back and like now the riffs are like, I remember when they did that riff a week ago, but for us it was, yesterday.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you doing? Why are you listening to us? We get like more aggressive. Who are you?
Yeah. Where are we?
Yeah. Are you putting us on in the car? Are you putting us on in the car with people who don't know Warhammer?
That's really great.
Good.
Yeah.
Can you? And here, I'll tell you this. Here, I'm gonna make a thing. Okay, I'm gonna make this thing. If you can somehow get proof that during a date you manage to not only bring up this show, but make the person on this potential date, and it can't be someone you're already married to or you've known for years. It has to be a new date, to get them to listen to the part of this episode that is about fucking a pizza sock, and see if that's the barometer. If you do that, I will buy you a pizza for your next date.
That's
and a pair,
awesome.
And I will Amazon some socks to your house so you can have the perfect setup for a joke with them. Because you found the one at that point.
Yeah, I mean, legitimately, yeah.
Yeah, that person's in. Yeah. Or call
awesome.
the cops. Either one.
Oh, shit.
One of those two things.
That's the internet legacy that I want. That is that moment right there on like Instagram or something. Yeah, like it's just immortalized. That's great.
That's the last thing we leave behind.
It's The Last of Us.
Yeah, at least we did something.
Yeah.
All right, well, Joel, let's go ahead and get out of here so we can get clicking on this.
What, isn't there like
what?
Isn't that?
Okay, so here's a side note. I've never watched The Last of Us or played it, so I was going off the little bits of information that I know about that thing. I don't know what Ryan has just decided to do, but he has once again started laughing.
What makes that someone?
What? What word? Just
what makes that so much better is I've played like 2 hours of the game, but it's like I know it's like whenever you fall off a building and you just die immediately, it's like kind of that sound. It's just
that's usually if you fall off a building.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Anyway,
so thank you all of you for listening. And as always, if you did this on YouTube, we love if you hit the thumbs up, and there's like a hype button now on the YouTube thing. Hype up our shows, I guess. I don't know. I'm bad at any of these things.
Okay.
But hey, share some of our reels. Like if you have listened to this show, and if we've made you laugh, we've given you the entertainment. And that's one of the few times I'll say this. We never ask for any kind of money or anything like that. But a 5-star review on the podcast app of choice, we love that. That helps us a lot.
It's awesome.
And if you leave a review, we'll read it. No
yes.
matter how unhinged it is.
The more unhinged, the better, truly.
Yeah, actually, we prefer that. Give us your reviews. We'll read them, and keep supporting us. Get out there and play some Warhammer. Teach some people how to play. Get the community going. Be strong. Don't include the people that we've talked about this episode that shouldn't be in the community. Protect your friends and stuff. Be safe out there. All that stuff. it's a wild world
Yeah.
right now. So look out for your neighbors. Learn how to grow
Yeah.
some food and learn a little first aid. Learn some useful skills. Just, get some stuff. Better
Useful
yourself.
skills, yeah.
Better yourself and those around you. And that's the message that we're going to give you. So, for the Atlanta Warhammer podcast,
I've been Ryan.
and I'm Zach saying, stop looking at what you ain't got and start being thankful for what you do got. T.I.